Hey everybody, how's it going out there in Coach Rivals Land, Phoenix Gaming? We are here for an exciting tournament, Fire and Ice. I know I've got Robbie. I don't know if Jason's still here.
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay, great. Jason's here, Robbie's here. Jason's going to be popping over to our sister stream for the other Game 1 game of this Everybody Gets 2 game series. It's really silly, it's really fun. It's just fire champs versus ice champs, and a lot of debate on which is which, so people could get their mains.
That's exactly it. And then I didn't add to the conversation, but when I saw it on Discord, when people were talking about whether or not Aphelios was fire because of the Infernum guns, which, like, fair, I get that. But, like, so is Jinx because she makes rockets. But I don't think she's on the list.
No, it's complicated. She's like, consistently every ADC can play her, and let's be honest, we were wanting people to play weird off champs. It's like make it a handicap for everyone. But rockets weren't enough. Don't ask about Heimerdinger, and everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's great. Everything's great.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be cool.
So
all right, guys. Well, good luck to you. I'm gonna jump over to the other channel.
Awesome. So the other channel, you guys can float back and forth, is just /CoachRivals on Twitch, and we'll be streaming these for the next couple hours. So saddle up, get some popcorn, or order a pizza.
Ooh, can I get some popcorn?
Yeah,
Ooh, can I order pizza?
As long as you crunch heavily into the mic.
Yeah, my wife is gonna give me looks if I got some of that.
Let's yeah. So this is gonna be fun. We've actually got some prizes. I'm gonna throw that up on the stream real quick.
Whoa! I would have played if I knew there were prizes.
These teams are playing for real stuff. That's a masterwork Hextech chest there, right? So everybody gets a fun prize. There's even some Poro / ward tokens for top KDA for the ice team and top KDA for fire. Going big, going huge for Coach Rivals.
Wait, is this coming straight from Riot again?
This is not. This is coming from my Christmas present to Coach Rivals.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're still loading in. Still waiting for everybody to get those. Probably, I'm assuming people were in practice games and they're just trying to int now to try and get something over and done with. So
I see. Yeah, I see one team still playing. Wait, is Sones playing? Is he? No, Sones. I didn't see him on the list, but
no, he's not.
There's one team in ARAM right now.
Of course there is. That last minute practice. It's a good thing there wasn't mandatory check-ins.
Oh, they're out. They're done. Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we should be getting started pretty soon. But yeah, so the way this works is we limited down the types of champs that are available based on fire, based on ice, and yeah, so it's gonna be a limited selection, and they can only pick these champs, and they're stuck with that for the tournament, that side for the tournament. So if you look at this list, you'll see some, champs that wish they could get up into the B tier.
Yeah.
But it's mostly gonna be some goofy, fun, some silliness and some holiday fun. So should be some interesting matchups. Should be, I don't know. It's just gonna be rad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like as the play-by-play shoutcaster, I'm just here to like just shout, and I'm really excited to just shout.
Yeah, the emphasis
kind of like
is on shout.
Yeah. I think there's a song about that.
Oh, I should cue it up. I'm not that fancy. I made a graphic. Actually, I made a different graphic. This graphic comes from Neshima Justin. Shout out. Thanks for always trying to rep Coach Rivals and make cool, fun stuff. But yeah, so let's be real analysts for once, for this. Robbie, you're actually pretty good at streaming. What actually do you think will happen? Like, do you have any idea what someone's gonna pick for roles in this thing? Because there's only like one ADC.
For roles, well, there's Ashe obviously, and then there's Aphelios. And from the teams we have here, I know 2.71, huge fan, huge player for Aphelios, like spams them almost. I pretty much mains Aphelios, and if you're going to play Aphelios, you got to main Aphelios. As I'm looking at these two teams, though, I need to pull up the graphic. This is Ice and Fire. Okay, so this game is Fire versus Ice, but there should be games where we were playing like Fire versus Fire, right?
So yeah, there's a there's a chance. I'm just letting everybody know
It might just
that
be ice
they're
versus
good to go.
ice.
So there's a yeah. So we wanted to make sure there's there's 2 fire teams and 3 ice teams. So we wanted to make sure like the first rounds were solid, and that there was like an actual fire versus ice. But for this, it could end up with a fire versus fire or ice versus ice in the championship. That's right, championship.
Yeah.
Because we're serious.
Uh,
But yeah, so
I
so
think both teams are just trying to get final preparations as they're doing ready checks here. They're really hammering into like placements, but it's blind pick, so it doesn't really matter where everyone
it's
sits because we could just move it around in the cast.
yeah, it's pretty funny. This is the pinnacle of coaching. Like these are high school coaches and they take this so seriously, which is awesome. And they're still playing by the season rules, and it is blind pick, which is what's really funny. Is there's no counter picking in this. It's just
Yeah, I wonder how many people actually read the rules for this.
play what you want. Yeah, they're all gonna be like, wait, this is blind pick? What's going on here? So, you know,
They're gonna go into it the very first time.
holiday fun, you know, it's just gonna be a good time. And we've got all 10 in here, so we should be good to go in a short amount of time. But yeah, I'm looking for some weird bot lane, you know, ADC combos. Obviously, we're probably going to see an Aphelios and an Ashe down there, but because it's blind pick, they've had a week to plan, which is plenty of time in League of Legends. And
Yeah. My planning was always like, oh man, we got a game today, 10 minutes before we play.
right, so you know, someone might throw out something something crazy. You know, there's a couple jungle picks that could go between top and jungle, so you might see someone pick a pretty solid top laner, and then Volibear is out, so we're gonna probably see a jungle Trundle, or who knows, Taric jungle, Tark, however you
Right.
pronounce it. So they're just now trash talking each other in chat. So you know, getting all the toxicity out early.
Yeah,
which is
perfect.
Good, solid. But it looks like they're readying up, and lots of R's, and
Here we go.
we're in. They're all like, wait, blind pick? What? So we've got some brands. We've got Mundo, Ashe.
And we do see the Aphelios versus Ashe coming out
I'm
as the
surprised.
ADC.
I am surprised. I could have swore we were going to see a Heimerdinger Annie bot lane.
Probably not on this team, but on Matt's team, that's probably going to happen. The Dr. Mundo, I haven't seen the champion list, so I mean, this is going to be like just some dialogue between us, but what was there talk about him being fire?
Yeah, he's fire. He hits that W and he just burns himself alive and then gets his health back.
I thought that was called like masochism.
Yeah, but it's Rings of Fire.
Okay.
Well, it's
Bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Well, you know. You know, that's the thing is though he sets himself on fire. So it's totally legit. It's totally within the rules that changed every day, and it totally makes sense. So
I do like the Victor and the Kiana coming out. I know Victor for Rogue Otters. Just having played with him for the beta and season 1, Coach Rivals, like he is huge on Victor. Like probably one of his most played mid champions. And then the Kiana pick is I'm not sure how practiced CBH Spartans is on that, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we're seeing Trundle top, maybe Volibear jungle, maybe. CBH is a good all-around kind of player, so I think we'll be able to see that. The other thing about this is interesting is nobody was set into any roles. They got their teams, and then essentially they could decide who played what. So when we were designing the teams, it was more around a couple different players that could flex around so that you might see a pick in this blind pick and go, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see, oh, wait, where is that champ going to go? And then that player turns out to be playing jungle nonsense or whatever. So
Right.
it was designed to be a little bit like pretty base even teams. And then you guys pick your jungler, you pick your top laner, you pick your bot so that the small amount of time that anyone could scout was pretty much negated by any of that. So um, anything can happen except, we're probably obviously going to see Aphelios and Ashe and ADC.
Yeah, I think like you were saying before, everyone did kind of just come in as like their specific roles. I don't think there's going to be any special thing. I don't think like the brand and the Heimerdinger are going to trade out. And I think one thing that people had in the back of their mind when they were coming into this was having this like trying to figure out, okay, where the specific matchup's going to go, like trying to level out players across the field.
Yeah.
But from season 1, 2.71, Coach Reed over there, he made it to the finals. And that's gonna be like the player to watch out for in this game.
Well, and he was a late arrival. He was an 11th hour addition to get us a fifth team. So a lot's riding on him. If his team goes down, it's all on him at this point, really, honestly. So 2.71, there's no pressure or anything. But the other thing that you kind of brought up about this is the levels of leveling everybody out in some capacity. Coach Rivals is full of coaches of all different skill levels. So we've got coaches who are in bronze and we've got coaches who are in plat. And so putting them all into this mishmash of teams makes it super fun because you've got coaches learning and teaching in the same realm. And when we build these tournaments, it's about trying to build some balance so that we've got mid lane against a mid lane of maybe a same rank. Sometimes it gets a little wonky, but again, it makes it really interesting for teams to decide how they're going to pit their lanes up against each other, right? Do they try to go for a weak link, or do they try to make a nice matchup? So we'll see. We're done with our spectator delay. My client is pulling up, and we should be in this game in just a minute. How's everything working on your side there, Robbie?
Oh yeah, I'm a black screen. Oh, I'm in a loading screen right now. So
Nice,
it's gonna
nice.
be real nice to see how everyone. I'm clicking into everyone to see like what the masteries are.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, fire right now with the mastery game with 4 different masteries. And as I look at the levels as well, I see that Coach LaPlante over there on ice is actually level 13, so very new to this game.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I am trying to get my client up. What's a little fun without a
Yeah, I just loaded in.
great. Well, let me pull this up, see if I can get it. Sorry, folks. Um, well,
Still have a bit
a
of
little
a
bit of a
delay at the game
delay.
though.
Yeah. So we're still
Okay, yeah, I'm
loading
coming
in,
in.
everybody. So give us just a second.
Oh, interesting. There was a big talk about this at the end of the year. Like, you can actually click the obelisk that's in the back of the fountain,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know you could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see if maybe this will work. All right. Well, sorry everybody who's watching. We're just doing some technical difficulties here, but we'll get you in just a second.
So yours still
Coach
hasn't
E,
loaded
yeah,
yet, right?
go ahead and kind of give us anything that's going on.
Both teams are just kind of trying to figure out where each other's. No special invades here,
Okay, well, that's good.
but the Dr. Mundo did go in, and Cannon Teach over there on the red side, on the fire side, did go in and place a deep ward to trying to track the Volibear. But they are going to see that Volibear is going to be starting on blue side over there with Piper Maru.
Oh, all right. All right, we're in. We did it. We are streamers.
All right.
All right, so yeah, we're in. We're live. We're looking at this thing. It's a classic setup. It looks like nothing too crazy is happening here.
Hey Coop, hit plus a couple times, and then we'll be on the same time frame.
Gotcha.
So it'll fast forward a little bit on the stream, but then we'll be
What are you
together.
at? Are you at
And
140?
yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
And then hit O.
Oh yeah, so we can see
Yeah.
our stats. I do know about team fight mode. So if things get crazy,
H. Yeah.
we're going into that. All right, so
All right.
just a classic start. What was going on?
Yeah, there's nothing special that happened up at the beginning of the match, but I want to see how this Brand works out. Brand does need to be very aggressive, and I really don't know how Aphelios is supposed to play.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the hotkey to get rid of the time frame.
Oh, down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I find it, I'll tell you.
Once you find it, you tell me. Yeah. So I'm gonna scoot out over to mid to check out our Kiana. See what's going on here. Not a lot. Just your classic, 2-minute mark situation. We've got Volibear in the jungle. Did Mundo do a little back? Mundo did a top clear and then looks like they went back, and Volibear is now in bot side jungle. So maybe we'll see something early in bot side, we're 3 minutes in. I think objective, you always say objective control is the key to the game, but yeah, I mean the skill disparities are kind of across the board, so we'll just see where people try to make some picks and make some plays.
Yeah, as you see, a slow push coming out for that Kiana in the mid lane right now. That's what you need to do against the Victor. Unfortunately, no roam to try to track the Dr. Mundo, so just kind of waiting there. But they did find Dr. Mundo over there. And he just throws a blade at them and walks away.
Yep. Volibear looked like they went up a little bit, got a ward in that river. And Mundo's now pathing back top side.
Oh, you could press U to get rid of the time controls.
Hey, there we go. We're all learning. Let's check out top
I just
side.
forgot what it was.
So, up at the top, we've got Fui and Coach LaPlante, Trundle and Heimer. I'm a sucker for a good Heimer top. It's the second most annoying champ in top lane after T-Bone, in my opinion. We've got a topside river scuttle contest going on. Mundo versus Trundle or Volibear. Let's see what happens up there. Oh, everybody's coming in.
This Victor might be getting caught out a little bit, taking a ton of damage. Half health right now as Mundo just sits there and watches, and Victor is going to go down to first blood.
Cannon Teach is able to get out of there though, and keep their life. There we go. First blood early on, just before the 5-minute mark. That is not great when this Drake is coming up.
Oh, I had a hotkey where I could zoom out super far too. I don't remember what that hotkey was.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Let me see.
So this will be interesting. That's a pretty good 5-minute Drake that they could get. Volibear is topside though, so it doesn't look like anyone's really interested in taking it. As we've got a lot of fight going down here in bot lane. Oh, we might see
Aphelios returning damage, but is going to get locked up here, and both of them down to 100 health.
Look,
but
Braum might get taken out.
It's going to be a trade. Ashe getting a kill and Brand getting a kill. You want to see that going on to the Aphelios, but unfortunately, that was a great fight, but both ADCs here to farm up the waves.
Yeah, that tower coming in off that stun just took down enough that Aphelios was able to clean up on that Braum. And we still have a Drake. We've got a lot of contests, but no one's able to take advantage of that, even though we had that early kill right before. As Mundo looks like they're coming in to clear and maybe place some wards down. Mundo's doing some roaming bot side jungle. Aphelios is sitting at 50%, Ashe is too, but they're making a push down in that bot lane. Got a wave crushing into top side. Trundle's looking about 75% health as Heimer's about to back off from there. I think we might be getting set up for a try on Drake here soon. What do you think? Are we
yeah,
Drake? Are we going Drake?
I think they're just trying to set up. I don't think that's something that they're gonna want to go for, especially with Ashe not having bot yet. But they are starting it up, and now the dragon is gonna start to hurt them. We do have a flash from the Qiyana as she starts to chase down the Mundo, but Mundo is going to leave the Masochism on. But now Aphelios is here trying to contest the Drake. But the Drake down to 300, and that's going to be a clean smite for Ice. But now, are they going to be able to get out with their lives? But now the stun comes out on 2. First kill goes for the Aphelios as Aphelios gets 1 down. 50 health down for the Braum as Aphelios gets a second kill, and now the fight is just getting out of control. Mundo here
backing up,
some machetes. Qiyana's still chasing the Victor, and Victor is going to decide to get out of there, as that's going to be 2 kills for Aphelios and 2 kills and an assist for Qiyana.
Wow. That was pretty dramatic. I mean, we saw chasing up into mid on Mundo, and then coming back down onto that Drake to get the Drake, and then the fight just continued. And everyone's resetting, and we're at 4-3. I mean, whew. Drake down.
I think the biggest discrepancy right now is going to be in this top lane. Like, I want to see at 8 minutes, this first Rift Herald is alive now, so I want to see some focus move up to that area. Blue team did do well to grab that Drake, but it'll be interesting to see how they focus this top lane, as that's where the biggest skill discrepancy seems to be.
Yeah, and you know, Coach LaPlante is doing just some sit under the turret and farm, which is never a bad strategy if you feel like you're undermatched. But look, see, this is what's going to happen is Heimerdinger is going to keep pushing with those rockets, and if Volibear just kind of waits patiently, at some point Heimer's going to be shoved, and Volibear can maybe take a chance on that and try to get that gank. So you're seeing Victor. Looks like they're setting up wards. Blue's got some wards up on at the top jungle into the river. We've got a lot of vision up there in that whole entire topside river.
Yeah, and the only one there's actually two wards out there for Fire, as they're able to track that Volibear before he can make it to the top lane. But this might be a look for the Qiyana, as she does find the Dr. Mundo alone down to 200 health, 100 health as the Ignite comes out, and that's going to be a kill onto Dr. Mundo as Qiyana goes on a killing spree.
But Volibear is now taking some topside Krugs, able to invade on that as Qiyana heads back down into mid lane. Still, oh, bot lane just
disintegrated before anything could be shouted out. Like, there's just fire everywhere, and Brand just demolishes everyone on the map. Yeah. As apparently Fire seems to be pretty strong here.
Yeah, chain
that
reactions.
Evens up the gold.
We've got a chase down on Volibear. Looks like, nope, they're just gonna go their separate ways. So yeah, we're still at the one kill deficit. The shift back and forth. We've got that Drake on that blue side as well. But again, we're looking at what might happen in top lane, and we just saw a huge Brand disintegration down in bot. So I mean, nothing is one side or the other at this point.
Look over at the Rift Herald. They are starting it up, and Blue's just not in a position to really to make that happen. But it looks like there is looking to push forward for a gank in the mid lane. Yeah, Aphelios is moving.
Looks like Qiyana is coming up a little bit. This is interesting. Aphelios is now going to maybe take that farm in mid and help push that, as we might get this rift. Hyper with trying to sneak in. Are we going to be able to steal it?
It's going to come out, and Ice is able to take it and picks it up. Will she be able to get out of here? Piper Maru is walking away with the Volibear, but just keeps getting slowed. And now the Kiana's here, is ready to do some damage. Unfortunately, that may not be where the Kiana wants to stay, as Kanan Teach does get the kill. And now Aphelios is here to potentially dissuade everyone from going in for a deeper fight, and that's going to be a kill, but the Rift Herald does go to ice.
Yeah, they got the Rift, but almost at pretty great cost. They were able to chase her down, and we saw that Trundle was able to try and get some shots on that topside tower. So Heimer was able to go in there and contest, but you know, we'll have to see how they play that out as we're now even 6-6, and the gold is pretty much even too.
Yeah, 500 gold lead for ice, and I think that it's on them to really put up that pressure. They do have high pressure champions with the Kiana, with the what's that bear called, the Volibear? But
The Volibear rework.
Victor and Aphelios are huge champions that want to scale, that want to wait till the late game, and I think that's what we can expect to see from Rogue Otters in 2.71.
Yep. So we're showing, we've got a request in chat to see some items and such. You got it. We listen to our people. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of ping down in bot lane. We're about to get a lot of action down here, it looks like. We got Volibear just came in.
The Kiana roam with the Volibear. So there's four ice.
And Mundo's
Four
in that
icicles.
jungle also. We've got 4 icicles trying to melt this fire bot lane. And looks like Volibear is going to come charging in maybe. And a little bit of action on that topside tower.
Yeah, as you see the damage going on to the Trundle, but what's more important are the plates going over, as that single 160 gold plate, that's half a kill right there.
Yeah.
69 CS to 46, that is a good lead.
Yep, the CS is there. Everywhere else, it's actually quite even. It's going to come down to if someone can crack open that top, but again, you got to remember that Rift is sitting in Ice's pocket,
And now for this Cloud Drake, you see that the Fire team is going to be the one to start this off, as they're just melting it down. The power of Fire is here, and now Ice is taking the fight and taking a ton of damage, but the Brand was able to get the ult off, and now the fight's coming out. Unfortunately, Kiana is here to clean everything up, and I don't think Victor is going to be able to get away here, but is doing as much damage as possible. Wow. But no, Kiana does get the kill and flashes away from the turret. 6-0 on the Kiana.
Oh man, that was intense. I mean, it's a heck of a trade. We're even on Drakes, but at great cost. So they're just gonna reset, and you know, Blues Piper's got that. What are we sitting on? We haven't used Rift yet, have we?
That's true, and Rift is going to.
Left. She better use it soon.
Unfortunately, there's really not a good spot for them to use it. There hasn't been pressure on turrets yet, and what you really want to do when you use that is you want to use it to get plates. And since we're already 15 minutes into the game, it doesn't really matter. As you just see it just get used in the mid lane.
Yep.
It's going to take up half the turret, but it's not going to get you any gold here anymore.
Yeah, but nothing's worse than forgetting you have it.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Waiting for the opportune time and then realizing that, oh no, at some point you just got to drop that thing and push some things. What's interesting is if that's all they're getting off of this huge team fight down at Drake is half of mid lane turret. I mean, they're getting definitely gold from the kills, and they're maybe able to clean up some CS, but
what you want to do is press X to see the individual gold. And if you look across the individual gold for the players, CBH Spartans has 6,300 gold now. And that is like nobody else is even close. 800 down for the Aphelios, 2.71 on Blue. But we just see a demolition of Heimerdinger. He was just there to farm, and now he is dead.
Got a push down here in bot lane also. not able to just apply some pressure, overextended, but they don't seem to be too worried about it. As in mid lane, Victor's getting tag teamed and pushed back under turret. Oh, Mundo's looking like they're going in for a gank, and that might connect.
Yep.
Oh, over.
And the slows are
overextended.
coming out. Now is going to be there, the chase, the flash underneath the turret, and that's going to be a dead Trundle in return. Both top laners have given their lives here. As you see the
Kiana
scary
coming in.
Kiana looking for that Victor, might be able to get away. Yep, just uses that gravity well to dissuade her and then walks back.
So we're still, I mean, let's see. Yeah, so you talked about the gold lead is pretty significant on CBH, 1,000 plus over Victor, and 1,000 in top, or just over 500 in top lane. But again, we haven't broken a turret. We've got mid lane. Ice turret is looking pretty low, but we're hitting the 18-minute mark soon, and I feel like something's gonna crack, and it's just gonna possibly roll. But a good team fight in Fire's favor could really set things off.
So here, unfortunately, Victor, if you look at the mid turrets, Victor has more of a damage turret in the mid lane on ice side. And so the Kiana, as the 7-0, like most gold in the game right now, needs to push this advantage into the side lanes. As you see her doing right here, as she's looking for the Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger, not even aware that she was coming and is probably going to die, but misses the ult.
All of these dodges.
Damage. But no, it doesn't matter, as we have another fight in the bot lane as Fire is just dismantling Ice, just melting it all around, as they get actually 2 kills in return in the bot lane.
And that's what we're talking about. If you can get that fight, and that was it. Now we've got a hunt down here on Ashe. Trundle's up, just clearing farm top, and Victor is deep in that jungle.
And so this is what Fire did really well right there. They realized that Kiana is the player that they need to watch out for, and that's where all the gold is. 8-0 at this point. But the way, how do you beat that? Well, as a player, you just go away from all that gold. She went to the top side, and then they won the fight in the bot side.
Yep. They drew up top, but
so
now look what's happening here.
It makes it an even fight. But yeah, first tower actually for the Trundle. He can eat the turrets.
First tower. We had first tower bot, but it's immediately traded by Trundle up top. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I didn't see
happened.
that.
So, and we're back to. Ooh, we've got some call outs for. Oh, here we go. Piper's on Rift. Number 2, trying to get that pre-20. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but now the Fire team is gonna be here on Dragon, and that's where you actually want to be fighting for. That Rift Herald isn't gonna matter at this point.
No, unless they're just hoping. Well, it looks like they were setting up, but no one's going for it. So
yeah,
let's see if she can knock this one down in time. I mean, that would be a big.
It's gonna be 8 seconds.
5 seconds. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Oh no! It does despawn at 1955.
And look, Fire's taking advantage of that.
It's just taking that. That was so close. Down to 800. That's gonna be like a hit and a smite away.
Yep.
It's really unfortunate.
But they pay it off with a takeout on Heimer. So not really what you want, but it can help to protect that top turret that is so low right now.
Yeah, it did well to land those abilities, and again, punishing the Heimerdinger for pushing out too far.
So here we go. We're still in that 500 game goal.
Onto the Aphelios, and that's going to be the Sun to flash onto the Aphelios. Aphelios goes down, and the ulti's coming out for everyone in the mid lane. Brand throws the ult out, and it's going to explode on 2. They're so low, but they're juggling the damage so well. Unfortunately, 2 do go down to the Victor as he gets a double kill. 4-2 now.
It's just back and forth.
And this is ramping up that Victor and Aphelios really just needed. It was a great arrow from the Ashe to catch out the Aphelios, but they couldn't finish it soon enough. He flashed away and just bought enough time for that Brand and the Victor damage just to come out. As we see another fight come out into the top lane, as Trundle is pushed up too far, dealing half the damage to the turret, but does give over his life. to Dr. Mundo and Heimer.
Yeah, I think that was just at some point they realized, you know what, I just need to get some turret shots. I can't run away from this as Mundo came out of that topside jungle. But the pressure's on. I mean, that pressure in top is still happening. Heimer's getting pushed in. We've seen a camp and a takeout on Heimer twice now. And that seems to be working for Ice, is to try and just split push that topside turret. Looks like Heimer's
and again,
probably
you
gonna
see
take this one now, though.
the gold is way even for Fire. It's more spread out, so like their damage dealers are dealing more damage as a team. But again, if that Qiyana ever gets a catch onto the Aphelios, people are going to die. As you see mid tower go down to Fire as well.
Yeah, we saw that Ashe has moved up to top lane to try and answer to Heimer, and Heimer's able to move down to mid. We might see another huge fight down here in mid. They are gearing up, that's for sure.
Yeah, the blue team really needs to spread out, catch the waves in the top and the bot, push, clear out their jungle, and then they can look for that fight. We do have the next dragon in 2.5 minutes, but it'll be interesting to see what the call is as the entire Fire team just sets up for a recall.
Yeah, take that scuttle, get back, reset, and Trundle's now clearing some waves on the bot side as 3 deep in mid. We'll have to see what this is going to do for everyone as we hit the 23-minute mark. 14-14. The gold is now just about hitting the 1,000 over mark, so they're slowly creeping up in Fire gold. But we're getting to that point, right, where
oh no, it's getting a catch, throws the ult onto the Brand, and that's a good kill. But again, that's just money into the pocket of Qiyana. And if they don't take a turret, if they don't take an objective off a kill, then it's not going to be for the team.
Yeah, you got to get those, and you got to move them into something. It looks like they're pressuring this mid tower pretty hard right now, with no minions. So now they're going to back off.
That's what I'm talking about. I just want to see the team let's capitalize, like get a kill, right, and then turn that into something. And right now they're doing very well to turn that into vision around that dragon, which is that next objective in a minute. As you see the Heimer getting caught out, as he's gonna go down, as Ashe just slowing him down as the ice just keeps coming in.
The snow is coming, it's fallen, winter is coming.
As they're, again, that's perfect. They took that kill and they moved that into a turret, and they do have that pressure on that Dread. That's a great kill. That's a great play for that Ice team.
Yeah, and now we've got Victor's cleaning up a wave top. They're kind of getting pushed out. We've got a timer on Heimer. That's a new one. And they're going to try and reset. Fire's got to do something. I mean, turret-wise, they still have that mid, but that was a big push from Ice. And Trundle's now walking up bot side to get some pressure on that bot turret.
We see that dragon coming out here in 10 seconds. Fire does want to fight for it, but
Victor just recalled.
I don't think they have those numbers. Victor actually does have teleport. He can get to this fight. He's waiting for an opportunity, but no wards for him right now to teleport to. As you do see them, starting it up. They're going to really have to push out. They might just be able to get some kills here. Qiyana is looking to fight as Brand takes that blue buff, and then that's going to be a really clean dragon take. But no, the Trundle is looking for a kill, and no, decides better against it. And they're just going to take their prize. A great setup here from Ice, as they did very well. And then the Qiyana showing herself, really dissuading the entire Fire team from getting into that fight. As she flashes the ult, looking for it. A great stasis coming out for the Victor, but now is going to go down. And that is going to be a kill into the Qiyana. The fight is coming out. It's looking very messy as Dr. Mundo is the only one left. Is he going to be able to get away? No, and Brand is the only one that stands to defend this turret, and he's probably not going to be able to.
No, that was the unstoppable Mundo force, was able to just sponge that damage, which allowed them a little bit of time but they were able to collapse on that mid lane turret, and now they're coming in on turret number 2 in the mid lane, and there's no one to defend, but Heimer's trying to shove that wave bot lane to maybe relieve some pressure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a great fight from a good start from CBH Spartans on that Kiana to catch the 2 key targets in the Victor and the Aphelios. Aphelios flashing away there, and then Victor a great stasis, but the damage had already been done, and Ice just melted away fire right there.
We're gonna have to see them try and claw back from this one. We've got some waves crash. It's a pretty big wave top lane. Looks like Volibear, we got some vision in the pit, taking that river for more vision. So they're going to have to do something here to reset and get back in this, as Fire's now losing the gold lead. They've been up in gold most of this game. What do you see for the second half of this game, Robbie? Like, what's the play?
Again, Victor and Aphelios, they're going to be hitting their they have to buy very expensive items. You look at their items, they only have like 2 items each, whereas Kiana has 3 right now and boots, and that's because she has the most items. But Ashe is only going to be there to hit stuns. Who's Trundle going to hit? Trundle's going to hurt the Dr. Mundo, but it's going to be up to they can't get caught out like that again. If the Aphelios and the Victor get caught out like that again through bad pathing, it's going to be game over.
Like this Heimer catch right here.
But honestly, that doesn't matter. Again, it's like, do you get a kill and do you turn it into something? There's nothing really to turn that into right now. She's already rich. She's 11-1.
Well, if you look at it at this point, 30 minutes in, that's a 35-second death timer. So at this point, a catch out like that is, you turn that into pressure somewhere else. You turn that into Baron.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're looking to do here.
Or at least
and they decided not to.
Yeah. It's not a guarantee, but at this point, dying, early in the game, you die, it's gold, it's good, but at least you can come back to lane. At this point, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, that's a huge moment in time as we hit the 30-minute mark.
Oh, as Aiden just threw his flash onto a ward right there. That's one way to reset your attacks. As you see Kiana finding this Victor. Victor has no chance, does go into stasis, but is going to immediately die as he comes out of it, trying to do as much damage as possible. Actually, lit flash.
And everybody's now climbing up over to Kiana, and we're going to maybe see a pinch over here. Some Rocket League terms. And Mojo's running in.
He's going to try to chase it, but the Phalos does need to be a little bit worried as he just goes and he doesn't care. And the shutdown.
And that is a tide turner.
For that
That's
Baron.
huge.
The Victor staying alive right there is what is so important. And the pressure on Baron is going to push him away from that mid lane turret. You see them turning onto it, but it's going to be like Aphelios is going to destroy this dragon. As he's got I forgot what it's called, but the white gun that does so much damage over time, and that's a clean kill into that Baron.
We might see a follow-up here.
They're looking for it.
Mundo slowed Braum flash out.
I want to see them. They did lose that bot tower, yeah. Oh, maybe not.
Interesting.
Victor, I mean, the play of the game right there is Victor just staying alive.
Oh yeah, that stasis, and then able to get that team in. Let's see what happens here. We got a big Drake coming in. This is important. We got a buff, a Drake. We're gonna try and maybe steal this. That's not worth it. Oh,
he's going, and now it's gonna be a one-way trip. The Kiana wasn't there, and now the Trundle's in there all alone. This is not the pit that you want to be in, and he gets demolished, throws a pillar out of ice, but is not going to be enough as Red Team decides it is time to reset.
Yeah, they've been sitting on that buff for a while. I mean, they got that objective out of it, right? They got the Drake. Now they're resetting. They're going to try and push some waves, maybe get that buff onto some minions and run this thing down. But, I mean, Red has once again taken 50k gold. They're back up in gold. And we're flip-flopping back on gold. We're back to even with kills. Chat's still talking about that flash.
Yeah, I see them going at it. Yeah, that definitely was a misclick, but it hasn't cost him yet. Hopefully, like, there's a point where he could survive where, like, oh man, I wish I had my flash. But this big push, the 5-man push into an ARAM. They did warm up in an ARAM right before this.
It was all for this moment.
Yes. And you want to see the flank come out from Qiyana here. Want to look for Aphelios, want to look for Victor. Want to get those kills, but the macro game from the Fire team is just doing so well. Want to see Mundo just push up here. As the Aphelios ult hits the Qiyana, but doesn't matter. It's a fairly short cooldown. But they do have Baron, they do have Soul Point, and that's all going to matter in 3 minutes. As the Baron and the Soul Point Dragon, they have their pick. If they trade it, if they win a fight, honestly, if they win the next fight, it's going to be the game. But like, the pressure coming out in this mid lane here is going to be intense.
Yeah, it is. Trundle's trying to cause something up top to maybe pull them away, to push that wave. They're holding them off in the mid lane. You know, another wave has been annihilated. Looks like that buff is gone. So we're going to see what they do next with that. And Trundle's just shoving away top lane. I mean, that's all you can do is you've got to reapply pressure. And now the question is Trundle going to get caught out?
And here's what I want you to see if you pull up the stats and if you look at the gold discrepancy by pressing X. Qiyana's gold is just at 13,000. But 500 right behind her is both Dr. Mundo and Aphelios. And so the most kills in the game, and it doesn't even matter anymore. As the fight comes out, as the Trundle's getting caught, and he is going to get melted down as the fire is going to be too much. This is not the kitchen that he wanted to enter.
It's warm in that kitchen, and ice is not good with the heat. The puns are
not right now.
So,
I've been trying.
So we've got Drake up in 145. The chat keeps telling us. Everyone's spamming it. We're resetting, it looks like. We've got a 30-second timer on Trundle. They're going to try and get something here. Ice has to move. They got to reapply pressure. They've been holding this one off. I mean, we're at the 35-minute mark. This has definitely not been a steamroll by any means.
No, and I think it's interesting to see how seriously they came out. As Qiyana is finding the Victor again, but Victor at this point, this is that late game Victor, and he just pushes her back. She loses half of her health for the effort.
Yeah, and I mean, anything can like early game comps, late game comps, champs. At some point, things shift, and that's why we're at 2020 eliminations. We've got a 1.5k gold lead now, but by all means, we talked about that top lane being a potential issue. But look, we're still even on turrets and top lane. Are we even on CS? We're actually getting there now, but it's at the point where maybe that CS doesn't really matter as much as we look at a huge possibility down here.
Coming out as well. They're chasing down the Qiyana, and all the damage of Aphelios is right in the middle of it. The big stun from the Qiyana to push everybody back, and that saves the day. But is that going to be the objective in 10 seconds going over to them? They have no pressure, no vision in the pit. It's going to get cleared out in a second, I'm sure, and it won't even matter.
Well, look at all of those turrets and...
this thing is getting melted. They're not expecting this. Qiyana goes in, but that's going to be life as she is destroyed going for that steal. And now that might be flash forward for the Victor as he's starting to take damage. And also the Aphelios is in the middle of it, but he has the G8 respawn. And that's going to be extra damage coming out for the Victor as Ashe is doing everything she can in the top side, but also goes down. And that might be a Baron, or might just be the game push into the top lane. Yes, it looks like they're going to split off, go for Baron and the push as they take that Soul Drake.
Whew. getting hot in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The fire team is definitely turning on the heat as they take a 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that's a big fight. They had a lot of Heimer turrets in that top pathway. As kind of a wall of pain as we see them deleting this top side turret, entering into the base. The Nexus.
It looks like they're probably
Seeing
just
it.
taking inhib and push back for that free Baron here.
Free Baron, lots of pressure. A deep ward there. It's interesting. A little bit of a reset from Heimer, it looks like. A little bit of reset from everyone. Nope, just some channeling going on. Oh, CBH getting caught out. Kiana getting caught out.
But does have a small leap to get away from that. Did well to do that. Unfortunately, for the red team, they do miss their recall timers, and now blue team's able to clear out all their vision. And if they recall here, they're just giving away that Baron.
Yeah, this is a.
Oh, and they see the recalls come out, and they're just immediately starting up that Baron. And that's probably going to be the right call here, as I don't think red team is going to come in
There's no
and
way.
finish that out.
Monday
Yeah.
will get there in time to even attempt. And I mean,
Yeah,
once again,
I just gave that away.
the pendulum swings. That was odd.
Yeah,
Just like you
I
talked
wanted
about
to
with
see
those
them set
objectives,
up.
right?
I wanted to see them set up some sort of play there. They really needed to just take the inhib and then go back to the Baron.
Yeah, the
but-
pressure was huge. I mean, but blue, Ice made an interesting. They went up there and challenged that, and Fire took, backed away. The question now is, are they going to be able to do anything with this Baron buff with that topside pressure with that super minion wave coming in?
And really, I mean, I don't see this being a win condition for Ice in this case, only for the fact that they take it, but I don't see them doing anything with it. They don't have a great split pusher. They do have the Trundle. He is a great split pusher, but just not enough gold in him to really make that threat feasible. As you just see this turning into an ARAM in the mid lane.
When in doubt, ARAM, right?
I mean, a benefit. I mean, this. Look, the Ice team has Baron, but red team has the pressure in the side lane. So this being here together in the mid lane doesn't hurt them at all. It only hurts blue, as you see the Trundle go back,
Yeah.
as the minions are starting to hit that Nexus turret, and now they might just turn this into a 4v5.
And that's
No.
that's the thing, is they gave up Baron, but
They don't lose
we say
pressure
they
on the
gave
map.
it up, but they didn't really lose pressure because that wave is just crashing now into top, and the only thing we might have seen with the Baron is they were able to put a tourniquet on the bleeding, and
Yeah.
hopefully they could reset that and turn it into something, at least ride out this inhibitor maybe.
And that inhibitor will respawn eventually, but there is a ton of damage to their base. Halfway on that Nexus turret. It's not going to respawn past 2/3, I believe. As the Elder Drake is probably going to be the next play here in a minute. And if they win that fight, that's going to be game. But honestly, it's going to be up to... I mean, Ashe is throwing out a ton of damage. She's got a lot of gold. She's got the right items, but...
Well, look what's happening now.
This team is tanky.
Yeah, and we still have that buff. Volley's got that buff. That cannon is just melting that mid lane. I guess they're just hoping to apply some pressure, maybe push it all the way up to take that turret, and Trundle's just going to camp back and clean up that wave down there, or up there.
Yeah. That buff is going to drop out at some point soon, I believe.
Sure.
There it goes.
There we go. But they were able to push, at least they were able to push mid now.
A find onto the Aphelios as he does cleanse out of it. Still has the flash, but no turret there as a shot to Aphelios. And now the fight is not going to be in a good position for Fire as Ice is just steamrolling them. Oh, but Fire is still alive. And there's only one left up for Ice, and that's going to be an ace.
Nope.
Oh,
Trundle's
no.
cleaning up minions.
Was never there.
Trundle's just been basically putting up an ice wall in that top lane to keep.
Yeah, it did not teleport to that fight. No, possibly no wards
Well,
to teleport to.
maybe, but if you look at this, Trundle, if Trundle had left, that wave that Trundle was cleaning up would have crashed. And then this extra
we
wave
could
that's
get a
here right now would
teleport.
have crashed, and we have 20 seconds left on timers. I mean, that would have been it. So
Yeah, but 20 seconds left on timers, and that's just going to be an Elder Drake. And there's no way to stop it at this point. As the extra pressure coming out, and that's going to be a mid lane turret. Great take for Rogue Otters. Honestly, it was the fight that Ice wanted. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to come out on top. A great catch onto the Aphelios. Blew him up immediately. Unfortunately, just didn't come out for a win.
that's an Elder. That's a big hit as timers come, and we are coming out of that ice side base. They're all recalling on fire side. They're looking to make that final push, it looks like. Here comes Mundo. Set ablaze and ready to run. We're hitting the 42-minute mark. And mid lane.
Oh yeah, this has
K-Ram
been a
once again.
marathon.
Oh yeah, this has been a
And
serious
honestly,
game.
at this point, the goal difference doesn't even matter. It's gonna be who wins the fights, who executes properly, who gets the last objective, and with
Can you survive Elder?
the Elder is gonna be everything here. Exactly. Maybe they just decide to look for a Baron fight and then push to win with it.
Yeah, maybe.
They're putting some pressure onto that top lane. Ice really needs to
For
get a good
top.
flank.
Yeah, they've got to do something to at least move them around the map, keep pushing them left and right. Heimer's going for this bot side split push maybe, or to 1v1 Kiana.
Oh no, and he is going to die for that. It was nice knowing you, but they returned the fight into the top lane as they are just deleting everyone on the Ice team without the Kiana there, and now that there's no damage on their health bars. That was so clean.
Yeah,
They just Heimerdinger out as bait, and they said, go die, and we will clean up the rest of them.
It worked.
And that is probably going to be GG. The Fire team is showing them why fire melts ice.
That's me clapping. Wow. Okay. Hey now. So we've got Fire Ferrets taking that game. Game 1.
Yeah, I don't have an exit game either.
We are stalled. We are moved back to the graphic. We love
Just hit
our
escape.
technical difficulties here. All right, so chat, thanks for being here. We're going to come back with another game in just a few minutes for round 2. And this one looks like it might be Fire v Fire. So no, they don't switch. They're sticking with their side throughout the whole thing.
Are they going to, since it's both fire, are we going to know who's going to be blue and red?
I think I'm
Not
gonna,
like it
I'm gonna flip a coin.
terribly matters because
I
there's
think I'm
no
gonna flip a
pick and
coin.
ban phase.
I'm just gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna find
Yeah,
a
we'll let the
coin.
winners decide.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Well,
So,
actually, they're both winners.
So we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're gonna check in. Don't go anywhere. Give us 5-10 minutes or so. We'll pop back in, and we'll see you in just a bit. All right, and we're back. A little bit of a change in situation. We are going to skip on over to our friends in the third place bracket, and we'll be streaming that. We're going to jump straight into it. Robbie's still with me. We're still in the Coach Rivals tournament. Let's
What's your timer at?
go. I'm out 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm fast forwarding. Yeah, we already missed first blood. Okay, I'm at 240 right now.
All right. Let me get on that.
Just hit, yeah, fast forward all the way through.
All right, folks. 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. Enjoy the show. We are. We're in Coach Rivals. You know, we stream like we play, fast and loose and crazy, and mostly Rocket League. So this will be fun.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to try to like match up like where the players are playing. Is that so that's a Nunu jungle. And then we got Charge Lord on the Volibear top. Now, oh, and this is Ice versus Ice, so this is like mirror match galore, except okay. Wait, who's mid lane? Okay, Nivea's mid lane? Wait, no, Nivea's support? That's a Nivea support.
Mid.
Yeah. You know, my
Oh,
friend
right.
used to do this a lot. Like, I mean, it was big for like a couple months last year. But I haven't seen anyone do that since then.
Anivia in support.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, nothing is more supportive than a wall you can't get past. You know. So here we go. Anivia is getting just taken down.
And she goes into the egg.
Is it going to be
And
enough? It's not.
the big Doge 9000 does fall there. As another Nunu joins the fight, and everyone's just getting slowed, and it's slow versus slow. Who's going to be slower? As Ron's going to get caught out here. But no, the Volibear is taking a ton of damage, and the Nunu trying to heal up on each other. But now the Ashes are trying to shoot each other. It's going to be Nunu Braum. Oh, wait, no, Nunu Ash. Ash is trying to get away, and it keeps getting slowed, and that's going to be double kill for the Braum. Nixus 3.14 is getting another kill. And he is going to be gigantic as CPH Spartans does fall on that Nunu there to Magus Dave on that Anivia.
Whew. So Ice versus Ice, blind pick. If you haven't noticed yet, we've got a couple of the same champions on the map. As we see this Volibear and this Trundle, two Juggernauts in the top lane going after each other. Trundle's going to back off a little bit there. Director mode sees a lot of action up in this bot lane. Loves Anivia versus Anivia. But that Drake is up at the 5 minutes, Infernal, and that's just going to melt both teams, and they're both going to want to stay away from it as much as possible.
Here's what I love about this is that there are 4 champions that are the exact same across both teams, but they're not playing the same positions. Except for Ash. Except for the Ash.
The only thing different in this matchup is Braum and Trundle, and
yeah,
it's gonna be. I mean, this is just like pure holiday fun to the nth degree. As that Drake's gonna go down, it looks like we're gonna get a new steal.
No, and now it's gonna be gifting the life over, as well as the Drake.
So now we do have fire versus ice. A little bit of flames in the hands of red team. I'm going to try and maybe take that objective and move something in this bot lane, clear this wave, apply some pressure. We'll see what they're able to do with that. But yeah, like you're saying, the only thing different in this matchup is we have a Trundle on one side and a Braum on the other. So all in different lanes, so we're seeing a bunch of different gameplay and game styles here. I'm not going to deny the chat room the items this time. I'm going to hit tab all the time so you guys can see what.
Oh, just press oh.
Yeah. For permanent items. As we're seeing that huge Volibear walk away from that turret in top lane.
I'm getting some cat aggro over here.
Oh, a 6th champion has entered the battle.
He's tangling up my headset.
So this is what's
doesn't understand that I'm working.
Right. This is what's gonna be crazy. Is like crazy, whatever. Interesting is, like I said, we got all these champions in different roles, so we're gonna see a bunch of different items, a bunch of different gameplay. We're gonna see twice as many Anivia walls as normal, twice as many giant rolling snowballs as normal game, which just lends to like a bunch of just random things happening that mix up team fights and throw everybody off.
You know, I'm actually level 5 with Anivia. I think. I mean, I played her enough. If it was before that patch came out when they were keeping track of mastery. But one thing I love doing is just trolling my teammates with the walls. It's just like, oh, we need to escape, and here's a giant wall.
Like, no, Anivia said the fight goes on. No retreat.
And then on Howling Abyss in ARAM, I like to level wall first on her just to troll everybody. It's just like you get a giant wall and just like, is she just leveling up her wall? Yes.
Well, we're seeing a huge wave in this. We got that first plate gold in bot. Mid lane. Oh, Volibear's coming in, running down the bird.
What a good
But
stud.
oof, that's a 7v5 levels there between the Volley and Anivia.
As we do see the coming on the bottom, Braum is trying to get away, but now the cold is coming down. Shut down for the Nunu on the red side as Ashe is going to go down as well, and Ashe kills Ashe.
Oh,
Shut
brutal.
down. As Aiden takes out Shiny Ninetales. This is gonna be actually that's gonna be the part that's gonna be difficult here. Let me actually turn on names so I can actually like figure out who's playing who.
Who the heck is who? Thanks, Canon Teach. You know, this chat is super vibrant, super lively, super helpful. Shout out to Canon Teach, Epic Mundo Jungler, as we're watching this Herald get eaten alive into the snowstorm. And
I know there's a spot where I can click the button.
Oh! Nunu coming in for fight Nunu for double kill. Nunu with the double kill on Nunu, as red team is going to come in and finish off this rift, and Volibear is coming in just to see what happens. So we're
Yeah,
back
there's
at
a
6-6.
button
What are you trying to do? Turn
that I'm
names?
looking for. Yeah, because
Just
I
ask the
have it
chat.
off.
The chat knows everything.
Guys,
Canon,
chat.
which one? Click the I. Oh,
No, I want to see. It's one of my settings where I have it disabled to. Oh wait, show names above health bar. We'll do summoner names. Okay, there we go. It's a drop-down menu now. It's not like a click a button.
Oh man, we should write Riot. So we're back to even-ish if you're counting kills only, like most new players and I used to do. Kills are the only thing that matters. It's 6-6. This game is completely even. We've got.
As we have the 4-1 Nunu on CBH Spartans here.
Oh my god, it's chest.
And he's doing the tank Nunu build, which I love. Like, it's just like, he's not there for damage. He's there to just, like, never die. And just to chase people down with snowballs. Which is very festive, but not in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, press X on your scoreboard so they can see items.
I know. I took it down for the epic fight, and I apologize. I didn't bring it back up. It's permanent there. I'm never taking it down again. So too bad to the bottom part of the screen, as we see Nunu Volibear kind of maybe contesting in that bot side river, and maybe they're setting up for some Drake action, as we've got Ice Team Blue going in for that Drake. It looks like they're going to be able to take it uncontested, and that's going to even up our Drake game.
Yes.
So once again, this game's completely even. The gold, on the other hand, gold is definitely in blue team's.
But it was a trade as Nunu took the Rift Herald and does get 2 plates for this nice recall, this nice juicy recall as he spends 1,700 gold.
Yeah, we just saw a juggernaut fight up in top lane. Volibear and Trundle taking it out on each other. Neither one got the better. They both kind of walked away with about a quarter health left.
And in the meantime, Anivia died in the bot lane. One of the Anivias.
An Anivia has died. Chat really wants red to win. They really like Nunu. That doesn't help. So we're taking some plates down over here in bot. That's where they seem to be putting a lot of pressure.
Wait a second. 12 minutes in and Volibear only has 2 ruby crystals? Does she not have a jungle item? I'm confused. I haven't played this game in a while, but like, that's confusing.
Let's ask the chat. Can you reorder the champ for? Yeah, I can probably do it. It's a little complicated.
They're very demanding of you.
Here? This is now it's like a game show. Here? That looks good.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm just... The last game.
Jungle item
fixed
got
itself.
consumed.
Jungle item got consumed.
Oh, apparently jungle items do that now. Thank you, Castle View Esports. You are seeing my age.
Yes. You can catch us on Rocket League losing if you want.
Yes, please catch us on Rocket League as we stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, we don't.
Here we go. We got a lot of action in the top. Holy Bear dropping
as
in.
two Nunus going in at each other as another Nunu enters the party as CBH Spartans is channeling his ulti now. And then Chargelord does get a kill in return as he goes down next as both Volibears Bears do die. Double kill for that Trundle.
I'm just laughing at. You have to say everything twice because when a fight like that happens, you get a Nunu snowball with a Nunu snowball and a Volibear ult with a Volibear ult. So back to 8-8. Kind of chipping away at that gold lead for the red team. Bot side has spent the entire map in this section.
Yeah, that they have a lot of pressure and they're just going to take that turret down for free eventually.
At some point.
But it is getting traded on other parts of the map, so I would say it's fair.
So I would like to ask the chat. Nunu blue side is now in the top lane. Would you like me to move the icon to the current location of the champion? Just kidding.
Yes.
So Nunu is heading back to river into the jungle.
Oh wait,
Mid lane turret.
Zanivia might just get that mid lane turret there, but might give up her life as she's trying to get away. Is she gonna get it? It's down to 49 health. Oh, they really need to put some pressure there as they're gonna take mid and bot, and that's gonna be the first turret.
Here comes a snowball coming down to catch
Here comes
Zanivia
Snowball.
out. Oliver with the stun and the chase down with the take.
Oh, but Ignivia is here.
It's the free GA.
And is she gonna stay alive? Yes, right there, perfect. And Edric gets the return kill. All right, as that was not expected. Ignivia coming to life and just showing them what she's made of.
Wow,
Ice versus ice.
that was quite the turnaround. We saw
The egg
chase
baits.
and
I think
hunt down.
it was in season 1 where it was like there were like 4 revivals on one team. It was Anivia, and I don't remember all the other champions that had like revivals and stasis, but like it was a huge bait on in a fight that just it was Zac. Zac has another one.
Oh yeah.
There was that Zac and Ivia game, and that's so trolly when you like, oh, we're gonna win, and then they just respawn on you.
And the thing about it, at least Anivia comes back with health equal to what the damage done to the egg. So if you can't get anything on there, she's just straight back full. Zac, at least when he comes back, he can be quite low. But that's kind of the troll farm, just like
As
doing, like,
Ash sends her arrow out against Shiny Ninetales, and that's gonna be a catch, and the big snowball, and Aiden is going to get a kill on his counterpart, Shiny Ninetales, as we see another Piper Maru getting caught out here. The wall not enough to stop it, as they're still chasing it down. Gets stunned up again by Magus Dave, and then CBH Spartan just channeling the ult. And it's just going to probably walk away from this. Does need to flash out, but does end up giving his life in the end. As there's another fight coming out, the big Doge does flash away, but flashes into 4. Slows him down with the ulti, and is going to be enough to flap away.
I mean, talk about a team player. CBH coming in there to save Piper. That's what Coach Rivals is all about.
Giving away killing sprees.
Yeah. So here we go. Drake down. Blue team has slain the dragon, and they're gonna take 2 on that. Still an open game, and we got a really low tower mid lane. We got a blue side going in and clean up that bot side jungle. And you're right. We haven't seen a Lysandra yet. We've only done 2 games, but we'll see what happens next round. Taking away all the jungle camps, and Nunu's going to come to see very little down there. Oh, Nunu's mid. Can't even keep these junglers straight. So that bot side turret's going to go down.
Yeah, that's
like
going to
they're
be 2
shoving his
outer
way.
turrets.
Oh,
Red
here
team
comes
does have
Shelly.
that top lane turret. And they're going to usher Shelly in, but CBH Spartan's getting a nice flank here. He's going to just pop up behind everybody. Shiny Ninetales, no, he's stuck between a wall and a bear. As 2 enemies come out, and now the fight's going to be here. It does land. CBH Spartan's trying to delay everyone. The ult's coming out. Full channel, but does go down in the end.
And now Ash
And
is
now
slowing
the
everyone
teleport is here. Shiny Ninetales is trying to slow everyone down as the chase is going to continue, but the Big Doge sends out his ult, and that's able to push everyone back.
And they're fending them off at this tower, this turret. We're gonna see if they can get anything out of it. Don't worry, items are coming up. Yeah, a lot of pressure, but here we go. We see Trundle on top. See if they can
As we do see the Charge Lord charging in here, as he turns off the turret, Shiny Ninetales is just deleting the entire team. And now it's Ash versus Ash. Shiny Ninetales and Aiden are trying to take each other on, and the blue squad with just barely enough HP is trying to get out now. As CBH
the
Spartans is
rundown.
here, the boulder immediately just nails that Bard in the back.
And that turret got disabled, but just not long enough, and Volibear was able to get taken out.
And in the meantime, Coach LaPlante just
Trundling along.
yeah, split pushing for the win. And oh no, he could have taken that turret there. That's unfortunate.
Yep. Well, the
As
wave is
CBH
gonna get.
Spartans. Oh, and Wuhan
Uh,
with the flash.
All right, chat. Now's your chance. Talk about flat. So we got a low mid. We got a low. Oh, top turret's gone. Red side's pushing in, and we're gonna see what's happening. We're moving all around the map. 12-11, 2 Drakes to 1. The gold lead is slowly getting higher for blue, but blue's kind of on their heels right now. Charge Lord taking out that minion wave in the top. Trundle is now backing off a little bit. We've got timers popping on top Scuttle, and it looks like Baron should be here in just a few seconds, so maybe we'll see another ridiculous Baron situation going on. Everybody's kind of resetting, trying to get their heads straight for another ridiculous team fight where no one can keep track of the counterpart because everyone's playing the same champion.
Everyone's ending up in different lanes now, and
Someone's like,
you
what,
just see
maybe-
so many Anivias.
Let's try Anivia jungle for a couple minutes. Why not?
Yeah. As it looks like they're looking for a fight here. Parpamaru loses half of her health there. The CBH Spartan getting a catch over here against the other Nunu. Wuhan does go down as Parpamaru does ult in, and Nyx is taking most of his health. He's down to half as Parpamaru does fall. CBH Spartans is trying to stay alive, but is now alone as Charge Lord charges into the backline and pushes everyone back, leaving CBH Spartans to fend for himself.
Good wall by Anivia, though. At least for a little bit.
Which
but
Anivia?
it's
As
impossible
Egg
to
Nivea
know.
is here, and the big Doge 9000 does fall. Nixus with 3 kills.
Yeah, we didn't have that egg on the other Anivia for the respawn for Big Doge. As Magus Dave still has that egg respawn with those little wings. As we get a hunt down from Nunu, but got stopped by a minion. Got some channeling back. We've got some calls for some Drakes. Which Anivia? So that's a Scuttle. Scuttle's gonna get just annihilated by Nunu. Wuhan setting up some vision in the top river. As we rotate
Looks like they're
down
gonna
to this
try
Drake.
to fight for this Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna need it as Nunu comes rolling in, ready to go. Fight begins. CBHS takes on Charge Lord, caught out in the pit, and just respawning. Trundle throws it down, and here comes the snowball released as the deletes start to begin. Piper stuck in the middle of it, taking all of that damage, and Nunu throws a snowball. Oh, Nixus is down, Anivia is retreating. Red team has set it up, and it looks like they're probably going to get this Drake off of this, as it looks like Volibear has already taken it down.
Another
Yep.
Anivia comes out. But the first Anivia trolls the team, making sure no one can hit the second Anivia.
This-
Walls for days.
Yeah. I mean, this is how LCS should be played. I think blind pick is the way to go.
They used to do that before in like best of 5 series. If it was tied in the 5th game, the 5th game would be best of 5, and that's how you got Faker's like famous Zed outplay.
Castleview is asking in the chat, does anyone know the Anivia egg teleport trick? I'm assuming it's similar to the Zac trick, where if you pop teleport, you can't take out the egg, just like if you pop teleport on a Zac respawn blob, they can't kill it. Which is like super big brain. You get a whole squad with 4 TPs. You throw in the Zac to die, and then everybody TPs onto the blobs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, big brain, big brain. You teleport before you die. You can teleport your egg away. Whoa, I did not know that trick.
Oh yeah, if you
Wow.
time it right before.
That's super big brain.
But you have to make sure like you don't like get stunned up or anything as you're dying.
So we're learning a lot. You should come to Coach Rivals and Phoenix Gaming for all your troll picks and ridiculous big brain moves on Anivia. As Big Doge is now flying around top lane. We've got mid lane's got 4 wide for blue side, and I wonder if we're going to start seeing some vision put out for Baron, as we're 2-2 on Drakes. Gold is kind of shrinking, as we're going to see all this vision come out up here just in time for Scuttle get taken, and no one is up there. It's just blue. Red is all on moving around the bot side jungle, so they've kind of got free reign to kind of do whatever they want up there.
Yeah, and it's smart for them to set up that vision. Red team has a little bit of vision, but the arrow does come out. It does catch Big Doge here. Magic's Dave is moving in. Another wall to flash forward from the Big Doge. And just on the end of that Braum ult, and they do get that kill on the second Anivia. As Magic's Dave is going down. Good wall from the Braum on Nixus. As Shiny Ninetales is trying to push up on the Ashe. And that's just going to be 1 kill, and they need to come back into that jungle, clear out the jungle. As they are losing turrets, it's going to be what are they trying to trade in return here? Because a kill's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Trundle's just trundling along now. They did the same thing up top, and now they're doing it up here. As we're
But
trying
maybe
to take
that
this thing
damage is
turret.
going to push them here. Braum's soaking up a ton of damage here.
Here comes the
As,
Volibear to stop that turret, take this thing down. If they can get it,
As
might
they
not
are
be able
pushing
to.
forward, and Aiden does fall.
But it's
Nixus
gonna
is
cost
taking a
them.
ton of damage, but are they going to be able to kill this turret before it goes down? Yes, barely, just in time. CBA Spartan does try to come up, but does take an arrow to the knee as he goes down as well.
That's a risky play, but it paid out for him. As now we're taking out that mid turret right on the end here.
Yeah,
They
so
are
in
very
the end,
low.
it's a good trade for them.
Ooh, Anivia.
Oh
Taken
no,
out-
but
with the
still
reset.
has the egg. And Anivia is here to stay. The
Finally
other
doing
thing
some
about
damage.
Anivia is if you ping, you know how you can ping champions? If you ping Anivia when she's in egg form, it says egg Anivia.
That's just a good
Piper
Easter
Maru.
egg.
Yeah. Piper Mario trying to flash forward. The ult forward on Nixus. They're all extremely low, but Piper Mario not wanting to stay around for this fight as 2 walls come out. And both Anivias don't want to fight that any longer.
Yeah, and that was a chase down. I mean, Volibear had, I think if it was just the 2, Volibear could have probably made a play there, but with the Ashe coming in the slow, they really shot that chance down. Oh, we got a little fight here. It looks like Nunu v Nunu. Both
Yeah, and
of them
Wuhan's
back
gonna push away from that. But they are similar levels.
on. Shout out to all 30 viewers out there. Thanks for being here, Coach Rivals. We are currently watching the 3rd place bracket. After this, we'll swing back over to the next round in the winner's bracket, for lack of a better term. and we're gonna see the game that's probably already started by then. But we're watching this one now, and it's super fun because we're watching Ice vs. Ice blind pick. If you're just joining us, welcome. And we're getting ready for another fight, another setup somewhere else along the line.
Yeah, we have 8 seconds until this dragon comes up. Red team does have the pressure here. It is 2-2 on Drakes, and they really want to see themselves on Soul Point. Oh, the Aniviads actually cancel out the Nunus. When I think about it with the wall, they can that does act as terrain.
Oh, for the snowball?
So like, yeah, for the
Yeah.
snowball. As we see the red side start up this Drake here, but all of blue team might just pop on over. They're looking for it. As we do see Wuhan pop over, but without the aid of his other teammates, Aiden just take an arrow in there. And red team does get the kill, but are they going to get the fight? CBA Spartan is just channeling his ult the entire time, but they just get melted. And Shiny Ninetales are just free firing. CBA Spartan is going to be the last one to die as they only lose 3 kills for Charge Lord on his Volibear.
That's big time. I mean, you know, Piper gets the Drake, but blue side gets everything else out of that as they're going to rotate up and they're going to take out this Baron. We got under 20 seconds on timers, so they're going to have to come back fast and reset to try and find out where they're going to put the most pressure. They've been running it down mid for a lot of this game. We'll see if they rotate that or they just back and get the items. But that's a big move for the blue side on this one.
Yeah, and that's going to be a 7,000 gold lead. Red team has had a lot of pressure throughout the map. They did well to get the Drake, but unfortunately, blue team is starting to pull a little bit further ahead, as this looks like it's going to be another slugfest.
Yep, everybody's resetting. We're going to see just a lot of, possibly just some wave pushing going on here. Trying to set things up to get that buff moving and try and make another crack in this. Red side still, you know, if they can withstand this push, you know, they could make something happen, especially if they can keep this Drake advantage going. Try and get that 4th in there.
Yeah, this Baron push is going to be very big. It's going to stop the Trundle from split pushing. You see Wuhan split pushing in the top on his Nunu.
Classic Nunu split push. Anything goes. As they're once again making a crack at that middle turret. Multiple times they've done this now, but with the help of that Baron, as here comes
CBH Spartans, the Nunu wall, or sorry, the Anivia wall just stops the cold in his track and the counter kill, and that's going to be a kill onto that Trundle, the only Trundle in the game, as now the Charge Lord comes in and is just deleting the turret, deleting the entire team. But no, the turret comes back to life. The blue team was not ready to file up, and now they lost everybody. But now that is going to be the damage, and Ninetales does take the turret and gets the kill as Shiny Ninetales goes unstoppable.
I thought surely that.
I thought that was going to be a fight for the red side.
Yeah, I thought Ninetales was going to hit with that turret, but they got out just in time and were able to squeak in there. As Nunu, split push Nunu, new meta is taking out top lane turrets and rolling up. Everybody's rotating there. And, yeah, I mean, good use of the buff. They cracked it. Now they're moving to the top lane turret.
Yeah, they got, what is it? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 turrets and an inhibitor.
Yeah.
So very good use, and you look at the gold discrepancy now; it's 8,000.
Yeah, they've really started to crack this gold open.
And Nivea's really being turned on for Magis. They really need to give us phonetics when they make up their names.
Yeah, that would be really helpful for us pro casters. Tryouts. Can't wait to send this off to Riot. Coach Rivals going big time, trying to get that Riot sponsorship. As we move into the 32nd minute, Yeah, we've got minions running down mid. That's going to apply a ton of pressure. And we're going to see how red side can defend against this. Like you said, they're losing the gold fight pretty heavily this time around. And they're going to have to make some good moves. In our last game, we saw a pretty awesome Heimer sacrifice. Maybe they can pull something out like that to try and change some pressure. But we'll have to see. Looks like I'm getting some updates in our other game, which should be starting in a couple minutes, so it might line up, but we'll swap over to that one when this one's over, and we'll just keep the games rolling.
Yeah, I do want them to just kind of start it and just be in the middle of it, and we just cast all night.
Yeah.
We do see the fight coming out here as the big doge does go down as an egg, and now Chargelord is charging forward as now they're finding two as Aiden falls, followed right behind him by Coach Loponte. That's going to be a Drake as that spawns, Mountain Drake, as that's going to even up the Drakes as both teams are going to go on Soul Point here. But Piper Maru is in the back. There is vision on her. Are they going to try to... yep, they are looking to find her. And now they do pull off the Drake. That was very clean as they had the vision behind the pit. Great job from the blue team. What's their name again?
Our blue team with Chargelord Nixus.
Yeah.
Let me just pull that up real quick. Blue team, we've got Cold Streak. Cold Streak is coming in to end their cold streak. Trying to clean this thing up.
And now they're adding that pressure into the mid lane as Shiny Ninetales goes go up to the top lane. CBH Spartans is here to deal as much damage as possible, but immediately gets stopped. But that's going to be enough as Nixus and Chargelord are alone. There's no damage with them, and Aiden is just pushing and slowing them down. CBH Spartans flashes forward, and Chargelord just turns to accept his defeat as he does go down. But in the meantime, Shiny Ninetales did take that top turret as another inhibitor is exposed. And that's going to be Baron coming up in 30 seconds. Wuhan and Nixus are going to respawn, but Chargelord probably won't be ready, but does have teleport to get to any fight.
So it looks like we should be free to load right into that next game after this, so we're just going to keep it rolling. But yeah, once again, we're kind of at a stall a little bit, a push, and now we've got another huge wave coming to Clash in the middle. As it looks like a lot of stuff is happening in this top side river, trying to set some stuff up. It looks like blue side really wants to shut this thing down. If they can get this Baron, that's gonna do it. Red's got to contest it and got to keep it. Can take it for themselves if they could. That'd be great. They could really turn this.
Yeah, they do get some decent vision around it. Blue team doesn't really have much vision, but they do have the goal to push them out. As if they just blind check for that bush, and now they did get that key member. Magic's Dave does get stunned up, and now the fight is just going to go everywhere. Aiden is just free firing. The power of Ashe is here, but Shiny Ninetales is also in Ashe, and now that is going to be a kill, and that's probably indecision here as they could just push forward to win, but no, they want to get the Baron first. They do have the minions in the base. They could have just went over there and won. An unfortunate call here, I think, from Blue Squad. That does slow everyone down by about 10 seconds, but it probably won't matter. Magic does have teleport on his Anivia. They are attacking the turrets. They still have 2 up. One Nexus turret does fall. Piper Maru is here to try to defend the red side, and the big Doge is there as well. Piper Maru just chasing down, but now Shiny Ninetales turns around, and that may be enough to push her back. And yes, it does. As we do see another fight, Shiny Ninetales is just blowing up CBH Spartans, and that's going to be a dead Nunu on the side for the red team as Coach Loponte is now taking damage, and that's going to probably it for the game. Shiny Ninetales is just free firing, and now it's Ashe versus Ashe. Shiny Ninetales does go golden, And that's going to be an arrow to the knee as Ash does fall. Aiden does fall there, and that's going to be the game for the blue squad.
That's going to do it as we've got Cold Streak coming in to take that one. And there you go. So we're going to transition over. So solid game. Once again, that was for third place bracket. So we're going to see Cold Streak, blue side, roll into another match to try and take over for that coveted third place spot. And we're going to try and move on over to the next game. We'll be right back in a few minutes, and hold tight, and more League is on the way. Okay, all right, champions of the stream, the chat folk, you're with us for the long haul. We are just about to get started with our winners bracket game. We're gonna flex the prizes while they get loaded in, and then we'll talk about them in just a little bit. So these coaches are playing for real stuff, real in-game stuff. Playing for some hex chests. What's up?
I'm not sure if this is happening, but I think Wuhan did post that. I don't know.
We might be. Oh, there should be another third place stream going on, probably in the Coach Rivals. That's Twitch/Coach Rivals. It sounds like we might be getting another stream going for that, possibly that finals in the third place bracket, which sounds pretty awesome. And yeah, so we'll throw that in the chat. Twitch.
Somebody tell me what's happening. Oh.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell him. Let's get this party started.
No, that one's offline too. I think it was going to be on Will in Esports, but that one's not live either.
All right. Well, when we get the live link, we will throw it in the chat so you can watch the other game. You can flex back and forth. Looks like we're all loaded up for our round 2 of the winners round, and we are going to get this thing kicked off. So here we go. They are about to pick. This is the most important part is we're gonna watch this blind pick happen as we roll into Fire versus Ice. Another true Fire versus Ice. Looks like we're seeing the same team matchup with Fui, Cannon Teach, Rogue Otters, 2.71, and Match Queso. Oh, what a great name. The Queso Destroyer.
One thing that's going to be difficult to cast is Alzers and Olzir are on the same team.
Well, I think what's going to be interesting is if they're loaded in the right way. Does that mean we have an Ashe jungle?
I'm pretty sure that is not true.
So, a pretty solid team came out for Red Side for last game with that team comp, and we're going to see our first Lissandra. At least the casters are going to see it. We've seen some Ashe, we've seen a lot of Volibear, seen Braum show up, waiting to see what Neshima's going to pick. That's the ADC Trundle. Neshima is an ADC possible main, so we'll see if they're going to move some folks around. I'm not really sure.
Maybe they trade in these 2 seconds.
It's possible. Or he might be rolling top jungle. I don't know.
I think we'll expect to see a Trundle jungle here.
So we've seen Trundle top. We've seen Trundle jungle. Well, we might be seeing it this time around. If you are just joining us, the way that this is being designed is we've got a limited choice of champs, and they can only pick from some predetermined fire champs and some predetermined ice champs. And they picked any role they wanted as a team. So we've seen some coaches that we kind of knew where they would sit, and then some others that they had to kind of decide who's going to be where. And it looks like Castleview might be setting up a stream, but sounds like they're gonna throw that in the chat when it's ready, or we'll try and get that to you for that other match. As we're gonna get started in about 2 minutes for our game 2 in our winners bracket. Thanks for being with us in this extremely ridiculous, fun holiday nonsense that is Coach Rivals Fire and Ice tournament of limited champions.
Yeah, there's actually no stream there.
I think it looks like it's a Discord only stream. It's pretty elite. So you just get us for the rest of the night. next two matches back to back is going to be for all the glory, for that sweet, sweet Hextech glory. And then we will determine our KDAs, and we've got some ward tokens that are going to go out as well. But yeah, so we're going to see what happens. We got a true fire versus ice this round. What are you thinking, Robbie? How's this matchup looking to you? What do you think? What you got?
I think there's going to be a lot of fire and a lot of ice.
Yes, I think
Oh,
that's
did
true.
you want deeper analysis of that?
Nope, I think that is perfect. That's the best. That's the best it's gonna get. It's the puns have been here. It's pretty fun with that. The last game we just watched was ice versus ice, and it was just the perfect amount of silliness and skill, all culminating into 8 of the exact same champions on the field. So it'll be nice to see a little mix. We've seen how Red Side does with this team comp, so this will be kind of fun to see how they respond. The response comes from not enough bandwidth. So we'll be getting started.
Yeah, not
in
enough
just a few
bandwidth
minutes.
is blue side, right?
Not enough bandwidth is blue side. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up on the screen this time. Pro streamer move. Oops. So most importantly, we're gonna try and see how many skins they're using in their masteries.
Well, that's what it all comes down to, right?
Yeah. Skins
If you flex your mastery in the game.
Skins equal.
I mean, obviously this game is pay to win.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, but we load in way too fast.
Yeah, we load in faster than I can actually pull it up. So give us just a second and we will bring that game up.
Okay.
And we'll get you started. Have the same.
Okay, welcome to the Rift.
Welcome to the Rift. Give us a rundown
you
of
frozen?
the most exciting part. It's loading in. I've been having this issue with Streamlabs OBS, not sponsored. I have to restart it every single time. So here we go. Party on, Wayne. All right, and we're in, and we're back. For Canon, if you're listening to the stream, I have the items up. You can watch all the info.
You know what's probably happening is that it's recognizing it as two different programs.
I don't know. I think
there's the League client, and then there's like the Summoner's Rift.
So the issue's been with the game capture. It doesn't read it when it like switches. Then I have to reload it and then pull it back in. It just it's whatever.
I don't do the game capture. What I tend to do is just screen capture.
Oh, look at you. Fancy, fancy. All right, we're gonna try and get these names up here.
Yeah, and it is gonna be Nashama in jungle on the Trundle. I, as a brand new player to the season, will try to keep track of the jungle items and see what happens to those. Let me try to read this real quick. Yes, as I duck along here. Smiting 5 times consumes this item and upgrades your smite. Oh, well that should happen quickly.
Pro streamers, I'm telling you. I mean, we are here for our fans. So, getting these names up for you. There we go.
Yeah, what names are you trying to get up?
13 names.
Oh, I see.
Whatever.
It's okay.
It's all part of the fun.
Yes, Bearcat Esports has determined that 5 smites is what is needed for bingo. Let's see which of these junglers gets bingo first. as they are tied at 4 apiece and 12 CS. So really just gonna try to track where they go, as Trundle did go to mid lane, but Mundo, Ken, and Teach did go recall first after his topside clear. As I'm being catapulted with cat aggro again.
That cat, you need the Braum wall or the Anivia wall, or the Braum shield and the Anivia wall. We've got the names up on the stream. We've elevated our streaming and casting level to level 3. Not enough bandwidth is blue side, and Fiery Ferrets coming in on the red side. Mundo and Jungo, Heimer top again, as we saw in the previous game. A little bit of interesting Volley versus Heimer. Last time we saw Heimer up against a Trundle. We'll see how that plays out.
And the way that the Volibear is able to just soak up damage and the clear waves safely is going to help him, as you do see that he is already double CS against the Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger is going to have a tough time pushing that one around.
Yeah, and Heimerdinger kind of has that problem of being almost too good at pushing sometimes. You know, you drop a turret, drop a couple turrets, and then you can just delete the waves. But yeah, that Volibear can just soak up so much.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of
Let me
great
pretend-
Volibear plays too.
Let me pretend in the last 10 years that I've ever played Heimerdinger.
So I started playing Heimerdinger after Teemo got taken out in a draft pick, and I'm telling you, Heimer's a fun champ if you like playing that. Can be annoying, extremely annoying kind of playstyle. Which, you know, if you like to play
Seems
Teemo,
like you
then it's a
do.
great transition. It doesn't always work, but you know, it can definitely add some utility to a team. But the thing about it is that we saw in that last game they used Heimer as bait. You know, Heimer can be so squishy, it can be so easy to go if you think about going after it. And they used that last game, which was pretty great. It worked out pretty good. So we'll see, as Volibear is definitely shoving this top lane and keeping it on Heimer's side. And we're just hitting that Drake mark with a little bit of vision down there with that scuttle, but not too much going on.
As you do see some of a fight coming out, 2.71 does go down to 300 health, as Fui also flashes away in the top lane on the Heimerdinger. But both players do end up backing off, as everyone decides that this is probably a good time to reset 5.5 minutes in.
That's weird. So, no vision on Drake. No one cares about it this game around. Let's check on our CS. Oh, let's move our...
Yeah. You have another request from the stream to move.
I literally just realized that. Yes, I'm on it. It's blind picks. I thought y'all just didn't. I thought it wouldn't.
I thought the spectators had to be blind as well.
Yeah, it's all just crazy. CS, I mean top lane CS, you know, it's kind of running away with Volibear, but that's that bot lane CS, that Ashe and that Aphelios, that's where we've got a discrepancy right now. As we've seen Fiery Ferrets take that Drake.
With the Aphelios and the Victor, they want to get to that late game. That's where they were so dangerous, and you want to make sure that they go behind. So I want to see Neshama on that Trundle, put a lot of pressure on those two. Victor can be very mobile, so and Lissandra is very good for catching. So I want to see them really just punish Rogue Otters for this Victor pick and not let him extend the CS lead. That's not what Victors tend to do.
So many jokes in chat.
Yeah, I really get that.
So we've got a TP coming in top. Heimer's going to try and make sure that Volibear doesn't get any of those early plates with that wave shove that's going on. Lots of pinging going on. Trundle may be swinging around here as Mundo's doing a chase. Possibly just kind of Trundle going to see what's going on, and Fiery Ferrets topside jungle. Lissandra's by themselves. Victor's coming back to lane. Still kind of casual. Exact same gold. CS is kind of starting to balance out a little bit in that ADC role. just kind of a casual little game going on here. Just a little fire versus ice, no big deal.
We're gonna see who melts or who turns into steam.
Yeah.
Something like that.
A puddle.
I'm not actually sure how chemistry works.
That's why we are esports coaches. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how these play out. I'm waiting to see the first catch out, right? Like, it might,
And
it
here
might
comes
be
the
happening
Velo.
right now.
Velo's trying to do some damage, but they're under the safety of the turrets. Carterra is able to get out, but that's going to be a lot more damage than he took in return. And Queso Destroyer is still at full health.
Yeah, that's a lot of push going on there. Trundle's setting up for. Let's see what's going on up here. We've got Rift being taken care of by Trundle for not enough bandwidth, and at 9 minutes, that can be a nice, nice little piece of pressure. Be interested to see where they take that. And
We did
need to
trade
get some pressure off
in the
of
mid
this
lane
bot
as well.
lane. What was that?
There's a trade of ults in the mid lane, so both mid laners don't have their ults anymore.
Looks like we might be seeing this Trundle coming in for a backdoor Rift possibly on this Heimer turret. They need to remove some pressure off of bot lane as Mundo's coming down too. Yeah, it looks like Trundle's gonna head back down to mid, and we're gonna get a dive.
And
on
here's the turret dive as Queso Destroyer's going to turn it down,
not
flash
worth
it
it.
down, and now he dies, but the flash forward for Queso Destroyer, and that's going to be a dead, sorry, it's 2.71, that's going to be for nothing as Billy Reston is able to get away on that Ashe with just a sliver of health.
Yeah.
But now Neshama is here trying to push forward a little bit. The ulti comes out, but a great root. And now Cannon teaches here to push him away. 2.71 backing him up.
Almost caught out on that one.
And you can see that, Neshama is taking too much damage here. Cannon Teach is going as deep as possible and immediately just gets bitten to death. But Victor is here trying to look for Neshama here in the jungle. He finds him. Is he going to do enough damage? Neshama does have to flash away here, and Rogue Otters is trying to put up a chase, but now he gets slowed by the ice coming out from Billy Reston.
Braum coming in on the side too.
Trying to slow him down, but misses the Q. Can't get more hits for the stun, and Rogue Otters is lucky to get away with his lives there. A lot of action in that bot lane.
Yeah, lots of deep jungle chase going on for Fiery Ferrets too. They're not afraid to kind of run through the turret, even though that costs the life of a support, and also hanging out in that jungle, that Victor roaming down through as well. But now what you see is all that vision in that bot side jungle. That's going to be huge.
And you can see that much later than the Dr. Mundo on the red side, Neshama just now able to consume his jungle item.
A thing that we have recently learned. That Drake
I was
is
keeping
about
an eye on it.
The Drake is about to pop, and bot lane blue side's pushing in, and I guess maybe they're going to try and make a play on that. Trundle's just going to come back. Volibear's coming back. There's still a ton of vision in that bot side jungle, so Fiery Ferrets will be able to see if Trundle's going to make a play and make a route that way, unless Trundle goes.
Oh,
Nope,
but unfortunately,
there
Carterra is taking a ton of damage, and then that ulti is going to be bouncing back and forth. Oh no, but Queso Destroyer might have stepped a little bit too far forward, and the arrow to his back as he is going to get taken down now.
Look at this.
That's
Trundle's
not what's
now
gonna happen
swinging around the backside.
And now we have a 3v2, and now the teleport coming in, 2.71, trying to deal as much damage as possible, and he gets both of them. Victor as well gets a kill. 2.71 manages to hold on with the Inferno gun killing and the flash forward. A double kill coming in from Rogue Otters as he shows that he is skilled with this champion.
Oof. That was so close. 2.7194 to 2.718. So low, and Trundle even coming around the back side of that. And that vision maybe tipped him off, maybe not, but we still saw Queso Destroyer go down on that, as Red's going to look to take advantage of that and take this Drake.
Older taking flashing forward onto Fui in the top lane. Fui is going down to half health and now a ulti forward, but Fui is able to just walk away from that, not even using his flash there. As you do see the red team also taking the second dragon.
We've got possibly a, I've got Rift Crack sitting it down. It's going to be going into the mid lane. Is it going to be able to survive this to get anything off of these plates?
They're trying to clear it out. Alzers is taking some damage, does pop the barrier to stay alive. But Fui, his recall is going to get stopped. Alzer, the Taken, does use some extra shielding to get through the turret, and they do get that kill onto Fui.
Looks like we didn't get advantage of that Rift. And here we go. We've got Mundo coming in. Are they going to be able to take this with all of that old health? And they're not.
He does not go where he pleases as he goes down. Cannon Teach falls.
Mundo goes where ice pleases. That is back to the fountain. Lots of action back and forth. Even that huge fight down in bot lane, they still aren't able to take that turret. As it looks like, oh, Neshima up top, Trundle getting hunted and chased down. Are they able to make it past to the safety of the tower? Not a tower dive this time.
But you do see this bot lane turret. As you said, the pressure is here. And that's a ton of pressure. 2.71 is able just to put it out. They might be able to get the turret here in the next push or two.
Yeah, it's looking really, really low. This bot lane is doing some serious work. They're taking risks and they're making plays. Heimer's now shoving on that top lane turret as we've got so much action down in the bot lane.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
And Volibear's on the run, trying to clear this wave out. But there's a lot
Oh,
of
but
damage
also
being
the
taken.
Taken might end up going down. No, he just he takes about 80% of his
Those
health.
turrets. I mean, you drop them down and you throw your ult, and it is just. Whew, it'll knock you
Oh, the
out.
ulti coming out onto Queso Destroyer. Queso Destroyer trying to deal out some damage, but Neshama's right there in the middle of it. Queso Destroyer flashes away. 2.71 is here to do the damage as he's just laying it down as he is barely getting touched. And now Cannon Teach is going in on Alzers. Alzers just claws his way away, but Cannon Teach is here to slow him down with some fire to his back. Alzers flashes away. Is he going to have enough for another? The ulti within turret range is able to keep him alive.
Oof. We've got a
That was
huge
well played.
inhibit. Yeah, that was great runaway. As long as you survive, it's worth it. So this bot lane, this bot side is where a lot of the action is. Heimer's now able to make a push. Still low on the CS. That Volibear has a ton of CS up on that Heimerdinger, but the Heimerdinger is now able to just shove those waves with just that massive wave clear from all those turrets. And that's where you start to see that problem that Heimer can put is you just can't get away from the waves. So they're gonna be, you think they're gonna try and maybe shove the waves and just let the waves take this bot turret and maybe roam somewhere. It is so low, almost anything can take care of it.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what's the red team again? What's their name?
Fiery Ferrets.
Fire Ferrets. It'll be exciting to see what they keep pushing forward. They do have the 2 objectives in the Drakes. They didn't lose anything for when Shelly got dropped, as you do see it getting killed again by Neshama. Trundle's there to hit it a lot more with his trophy.
Yeah, and hopefully they get something out of it this time. Like you mentioned, a very unfortunate crack first time around, but it looks like it's coming up top, or at least Trundle's going up top, but they don't have a wave for that as one crashes back into the topside tower. And yeah, we've got a third Drake showing up any second now.
As we do see Rogue Otter is flashing away here. The ulti not being used by the Lissandra. Maybe not clicking it before the flash was able to come out.
Yeah, we'll see. Looks like red. Fiery Ferrets is trying to pick down the health to keep not enough bandwidth from making a stop on this Drake, as third Drake goes to the Fiery Ferrets.
Yeah, they're
And
just
that's gonna
sacking
really
these
load it up.
Drakes. They're gonna get the last one by 23 minutes, and they're just picking them up on spawn. Great macro play. This is exactly what you want to see come out from a team who just has knowledge of the game. So you see Billy Reston trying to get away, but he keeps getting just slowed down with these axes to the back, and Cartera is there to follow as she falls 1 and 3, as Queso Destroyer gets another kill. We see a flash away here from Fui in the top lane as he gets away with Heimerdinger. Both flashes did get used up there.
Oh, we got a collapse, it looks like, on Heimer. Oh, it's here we go. We crack Shelly, trying to put some pressure, and you know what? This might end up being first. Oh, there we go. Not in time to get first turret, as that's going to get red turret down.
As
Both
now
turrets have
Fui
taken
is in a
turret.
bad spot as he gets bitten and chewed and clawed down.
From everything, and then we're still running down the line with Rift Herald. So this is, I mean, that's not great if you're on the Fiery Ferrets. That's a lot of pressure. They just traded turrets. The question
It
is,
may not get a charge off. It's gonna be close. Yeah,
not
does
able.
not.
Still, I mean, that's 1 for 1. I
Oh,
mean,
but
that's
Ganon
what you want.
does use his ghost to chase down Olzir. He's looking for it. The
Almost
shield
with a
is there.
great- Trying to ride out
Oh,
that
but
ult.
the second axe does miss. The dive is going to be coming out. Nope.
Nope.
Decides better against it. As you do see 3 from the Fiery Ferrets join on the top side, as Billy Reston has some free time to push his bot lane turret.
Yeah. I mean,
That should be a clean turret kill right there.
yeah. I mean, like, kind of a turn overall. I mean, Shama better be careful running in
As
here.
yeah, he's getting caught out. Cannon Teacher, Queso Destroyer there to just chase him down.
Great
As
killer drop,
Oldir the
though.
Thick is also going down in the top lane as he falls to Rogue Otters, as Neshama is still trying to run around, but Alders is now here in the backside. The
Ooh,
flash away
great
from Neshama.
flash.
Oh, but not enough as the burn comes out from the brand, and that burn lasts forever.
Wow. But, I mean, we're about to trade turrets for turrets again. It looks like Victor's going to take top turret. So back and forth, back and forth. We've got 2 kills up from that. And now we're going off of an incredibly fast 20-second Baron. We'll see. Queso's really low. If Queso starts getting hit and tanks this, it's going to be bad news. But 2.71 shredding this Baron.
Yeah, just all of the objectives are going to them. Great fights. They're in the right positions. Great shot calling from this team. And it's just a great team play from them.
But here we see, as they're all backing, Lissandra's going to try and melt down this middle turret, or at least get enough on it to where it becomes a problem. And that Baron buff is going to come out, and there's still a lot of pressure. I mean, yes, the objectives are definitely in Fiery Ferret's favor, but we've seen turret for turret this whole game, and if they can push down this mid lane turret, that's really going to help stall the pain of this Baron buff, and that's really good for not enough bandwidth to kind of move that back line back, so the Fiery Ferrets don't just have a free mid lane to run down.
And you do see the Fiery Ferrets are starting to set up for this final Drake. And the not enough bandwidth team, the Ice team, does not want to let them have it as they're starting to push forward for some vision. As Billy Reston does send the arrow wide, and now he's going to be stunned up, and Rogue Otters does get a solo kill there right before that Drake, as now they're going to start to push forward and clear out the vision that the not enough bandwidth team was just pushing forward to place.
Yeah, Volibear's up there, split pushing top. Their TP is coming out. So Heimerdinger is there to stop that drive. Let's take a check on that turret up there. It's still very, very green.
It looks like 2.71 is being caught out on the wrong side of this map.
Oh yeah, they're gonna try and get down to Victor.
Oh,
To
but Cannon
see.
Teach goes where he pleases, and he's going into 3 ice members as he doesn't even care. He's just buying time as now they're starting to deal damage, but it's not enough to kill him. Cannon Teach is still alive, but 2.71 is here now. Cannon Teach does fall down. Alzers is trying to get away. Flash forward for a kill for Rogue Otters, but Alzer the Taken trying to kill Fui on the top side. Fui down to 150 health, and he gets a bite taken out of here and by the big Volibear. And in the meantime, though, the Fiery Fairies are taking Soul Drake.
Yeah, they lost 2 buffs off of that. I mean, Volibear just ate Heimerdinger up in that fight, even with the buff. But that was pretty interesting fight that went on. I mean, that Mundo, you just can't. Once he goes ult, he's just so hard to take out, and he was just able to soak up enough damage to let his team come back. As we see, they're going to try and trade turrets once again.
Yeah, and that was only a level 2 ulti coming out for Cannon Teach. That's not even level 3, and they can barely touch him.
Yeah,
He's just so tanky right now.
So here we go, 3 turrets down left on the outside of the fountain area. Blue, not enough bandwidth, still putting up a really good fight. Try not to get caught out. That's what's going to really hurt them, is if they get caught out in this 5 wide Fiery Ferrets can just take advantage of that with all of these buffs and boons that they've been able to pick up. All those Drakes are definitely helping.
Yeah, there's not really objectives to take right now for the next couple minutes. So you do see both teams just trying to apply pressure to the side lanes, clear out waves, get some gold in their pockets. There's really not much for the not enough bandwidth ice team to really mess up on here. But we do have that Baron coming up in a couple minutes, so.
Yeah, we've got a wave crashing into that bot turret.
Oh,
So
but Neshama is going into Rogue Otters. He immediately loses half of his health. Rogue Otters is just there to fight, but now it's going to be a 2v4. This is not the fight that they want. Rogue Otters is going to get shut down by Ulzer as Ulzer flashes forward looking for the Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger is still within 4, and he's going to get deleted as 2.71 joins him. And they're looking for a fight. 2.71's in the front line. No one is able to catch him to deal damage. He just dodges everything. He is still there to push forward, and everyone is at low health as he's just healing out. Queso Destroyer does get a burn kill onto Cartera's Braum as Fiery Ferrets are probably pushing forward into a victory lap here.
yeah,
At least an inhibitor.
At least an inhibitor. They just melt this thing away. Nice wave coming through. That, you know, not enough bandwidth. Blue side, Ice team had a nice catch out. Neshama kind of baited some in there, and we saw that Heimer go down and Victor, but it wasn't enough to carry them through. They were a little too low as they turned mid, and Aphelios just showed up and just did what Aphelios does. As we see Mundo, was that a Mundo ult to get out? No, it was not.
No, he still had it. Well, I mean, it was it was his ghost.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so
That makes him super fast and super scary if he ults
Can't
and he's
imagine
done that. And as you look across this team, they have the best soul trait that they could have on their team. Super tanky. Cannon Teach, Dr. Mundo. Rogue Otters needs to hold on to that mana. So these are that's the exact Drake that they want to have on their team right now. Of course, it would make sense to have Infernal for the fire team, but
yeah, you can't pick them all. But Volibear is looking like possibly about to get really caught out here. Everybody's rotating up there on that top side. Volibear's just trying to path away.
You see the vision control coming out here for the Fiery Ferrets. Rolls here is able to spot them, but at 1,000 health, that's going to be too late as they do get the Baron Nashor, and everyone goes in. Older, a huge ulti as he gets in between them. Queso Destroyer does get a big ulti off in return,
They need
but
to
now
focus this fire.
the Bandwidth team is just barely not able to get them all, and that's probably going to be the game. It was a
Hanging
fantastic
on
fight.
by a
It
thread
really
there.
was. It was so close.
Whew. Yeah, that was. I mean, they got a lot in that fight. It could have gone either way, as we saw. Aphelios 2.71 hanging on with what 2% health left as we're going to watch these final turrets go down. And
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
just
like
a
we're gonna
victory
see-
lap here.
Yep. The minion wave comes
Baron,
in.
then
Buff comes
the
in.
super minions. The teleport coming in for Rogue Otters as
Big old
2.71
fight.
is just deleting everyone on this map. He's got so much gold. 8-0 and 10. What a fantastic showing to this tournament he's had so far, as he's going to bring his team into the finals.
Yep, there we go. We're gonna see the fiery ferrets facing off against, if I believe, Cinder Claws. GG's all around. Good job, fiery ferrets. Fire ferrets. I apologize. Can't apologize. Fire ferrets. We'll get that changed in the next one. Do not worry. We are going to. They might have already started the next game, but we will check. We'll be with you in just a little bit, and we're gonna see this finals play out as the Fire Ferrets play off against Cinder Claws. We will be right back. We are live, and we're back. All right, everybody, we are here for the finals. We're gonna see everybody load in with our blind pick. We are Fire v Fire this time around. Robbie's just gonna have to listen to me talk, as we're gonna see. This will be interesting, right? So we saw ice versus ice, and we saw a lot of the same. Well, we're seeing fire versus fire. We already know that the fiery ferrets, maybe. Yes, the Fire Ferrets are going with their classic pick. It looks like Heimer top, Victor, Philios, Brand. But this is where things get interesting. Cinderclaws, we've got an Ornn top. We've got a Graves, we've got an Annie, we've got an Aphelios, and a Brand. So we're going to see Aphelios, Brand, Brand. We're going to see Graves versus Shyvana. We're going to see Annie versus Victor. This should be interesting.
And this is exactly what they ran in their first game as well against Cold Streak.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. So they're familiar with this comp. Looks like Fiery Ferrets are holding on to that Victor. They're not sure if they're gonna.
Oh, it's just Fire Ferrets.
Oh god, it's Fire Ferrets. I'm sorry, Connor. It's just the way it is. So we've got Aphelios. We've seen that Aphelios just light things up and from 2.71, and so now's the time to see if Bullet Games can bring it out and match one for one. We've seen Brands chain and fire just do so much late fight, mid fight damage to clean things up, and now we've got that on both sides. So bot lane's going to be really interesting to watch. And Graves versus Shyvana. Shyvana should be fun to watch as well.
Oh wow, yeah, that's true. He's not bringing out the Mundo pick anymore.
Yeah, he got tired.
And
of
I know
Mundo.
he plays a lot with MG Flory on what are they, Cinderclaws?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. Fire versus fire. Yeah, this interestingly enough is only 2 duplicated champions.
Yeah, and they're both facing off each other most likely. So that'll
Yeah,
that'll
so
be
it's a
fun
little
to
bit
watch.
different.
So who's the better Brand? Who's the better Aphelios? We shall see. So Annie in the mid. We haven't seen Annie mid yet. That'll be fun. See Tibbers come out to play. And Ornn, that's good. That's a fun pick. We haven't seen Ornn either. So the upgrades will be happening. Heimer still on top lane. We've seen that work well, and we've kind of seen that get caught out in the last game. Volibear was playing against the Heimer and kind of able to push pretty hard. But we'll see what can happen there. About a minute left, and we'll get started in this one. I believe I fixed my technical difficulties this time around. So what's the outcome? Did you see any of Cinderclaws' game by chance? Do you know anything about how they did the last couple games?
I know that they won.
Okay, that's good.
And I think they've only played 1 game.
That is true. So there is they've had a bye. They just had a bye, so they got to sit and they got to rest, and think about things. Whereas,
How does Matt always get the good stuff?
see, Matt didn't have anything to do with this time around. I came on to specifically kind of help Shield and take I built the teams as we tried to do it as randomly as possible. We used the tournament builder to kind of like randomly place teams and then kind of flex them around for roles and stuff. But it's just the way the cards fell to get try to make as much fire versus ice, and a fire versus ice tournament going as possible. So we're gonna get loaded in real quick. Hopefully this time it's gonna run super smooth as my league is. There we
He
go.
might have
Jinxed everything.
yeah.
All right. Most importantly, can we see? Yes, we can. Boom, boom. We're in. We're checking out skins. Oh, I just missed it.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
Oh man, brutal. All right. So here we
Objective
go.
timer.
I'm at 3 seconds.
I'm at 6, 7.
Yep. 8. Here.
Okay, cool. We can count.
Oops.
Okay. As we get onto the rift, welcome here as we had the fire ferrets taking on the cinder blaze claws or something like that. Team Fire versus Team Fire. There is only 2 fire teams in this tournament and 3 ice teams. And from the 2 finalists, I think it shows that fire is stronger than ice.
Yeah, I think that we can definitively shut down all of the talk and say it looks like fire is the predominant element in league play. As we set up with a 5. Aphelios? What you doing over there, Aphelios? Which Aphelios,
He
right?
goes where he pleases, yeah.
The new Mundo.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting to see how Aphelios, or not Aphelios, how Canon Teach comes out onto this Shyvana. I'm not saying that he can't play Shyvana, but just the fact, like, why are they going to trade it up when Dr. Muno has been such a strong pick, soaking up so much damage for them? I don't see a big damage soaker here. And I think Shyvana builds straight AP now.
Yeah, it's going to most likely be an AP Shyvana, which, I mean, you don't really get much more fiery than a dragon that just blows fire everywhere. So maybe they're just going for a final game theme, really trying to throw it home. I don't know. But it is really weird to see that they're not going to stick with what's been working. So, I don't know. We'll see. As we've got Ornn and Heimer duking it out in the top, we've got our duplicated bot lane just at a standstill. Early game. We'll see who tries to get the lead here. But we've seen the Fire Ferrets go to 45 minutes in the first game, and so this could be a stall out until someone is able to take it away. We'll watch for the Drakes, the objectives. Fire Ferrets were able to really take those to their advantage. So we'll see what happens.
I think there's going to be a pretty big skill discrepancy between 2.71 and Bullet Games. Just 2.71, I believe, is Diamond, and Bullet Games is not Diamond. So that's going to be, from those of us who play that sweet Rocket League car soccer, it's like looking at silver versus a diamond, and it's going to be a skill discrepancy there.
Yeah, and that's the choice that they kind of have to make, and where are they going to put the best players? Are they going to take advantage of that, or are they going to try and move someone? So, like, is Cinderclaws going to put someone up against another matchup that's a little less and try and take advantage of it? Because, yeah, 2.71, he's probably he's the highest ranked in this tournament. But if you can break through in another area, then you can try and steamroll somewhere else. So that's what the hope is going to be for Cinderclaws, is to try and pull this by cracking open top or mid lane, or just taking.
Yeah, what I would like to see is Sakazi really focus on that mid and top lane. Ornn is always going to survive, so just really Sakazi putting the Shyvana behind, invading. Graves is very good at that. As you see, Shyvana actually looking for an invade here.
Yeah. Help. Oh, but they've got the level advantage right now.
And then, we see a flash forward, or no, a flash away for Fui in the top lane, so a flashless Heimerdinger. But then I also want to see Graves focus a lot on the Victor. No team has put the Victor behind, and that's what you have to do. Victor is useless. He's just 100% full damage, and he needs time to do that.
And we've got an aggressive push from Annie, stunned to go back. I mean, we've got 2 stuns in mid lane. Graves got a lot of punch, a little bit of utility, so we'll see if that mobility from Graves will be able to kind of make some plays.
Yeah, the way I anticipate this going is just like let the bot lane just lose as gracefully as possible. Try not to feed 2.71 too much, and not let him get too many plates either.
Yeah, just put up a wall, an Anivia wall, and try and slow it down so that you can make some plays elsewhere. Because that, if Ornn can bear down Heimer and Annie can stall out Victor, then that's 2 lanes that they can capitalize on. And we'll just see. I mean, we've got our first Drake up. Maybe that sets the tone. I'm sure there's going to be a fight. They probably both know how important these Drakes are to making this happen. But
yes,
what we do know, or at least we can see, is that Fire Ferret's bot lane is going to be pushed up, so they might have priority on that Drake. But we'll see. Graves might come down and try to make a play on that, though, so who knows.
yeah, and as I'm seeing how MG Flory is playing his Annie, he does like Annie a lot, but he is taking the comment, and that is meant to be aggressive into the Victor, which is, he's playing it right. Like anytime the comment's off cooldown, he is using his stun just to hit Victor. It's a point and click stun with the Q, and that's a guaranteed comment hit every single time.
Yeah, we see this top lane. Heimer is getting the better of our Avra Azoth, and that's
Oh, but
going to
he is
shift
going
very
in.
quickly as we
Ornn
get
is
ult.
putting the ulti out, and it's gonna be close. And he just pops him down. But are the turrets gonna be enough? As he flashes away, and he's got 30 health, and he does win, and he has a teleport to get back to lane.
Wow. That was intense. I mean, that was close, and that that a little bit here and there, first blood. Blue's gonna trade, or Blue's gonna take advantage of that and get this first Drake. That's the kind of shift that you need early on. As Aphelios takes that one, and we'll see what they can capitalize with that.
And the Aphelios mastery is it's Bullet Games with level 6 mastery, and then 2.71 of course with level 7 mastery. And just having level 6 doesn't really mean too much, because sometimes you just kind of sit on those mastery points. So I know I only have like 1 champion at level 7, only because I haven't spent the stuff to move like my 6 others to level 7.
Yeah, it can be a grind to get that last little bit. As we see, Heimer is at 50% health, throwing out the turrets, trying to make something out, just shoving these waves as Ornn has an extra level on, now they're equal. Maybe they're going to try and play it back and just hammer down, unintended, on this Heimer.
Yeah, and so far, like, these the plays from both teams have been solid. I think the way that Cinderclaws is just playing to their win condition is just, yeah, they are still kind of losing bot lane, but it's close, and it's very close. Oh, but Rogue Otters is doing a ton of damage here to MG Flory, and MG Flory walks right back into, and he dies. I don't know why he turned around. He's probably looking for a stun under turret, but he walked into range of Rogue Otter's ult, and that just gave him the kill.
Yeah, I mean,
Big
could have gotten
misstep
away as Rogue Otters was diving, but interesting choice there.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit lapse of judgment right there as he turns around, thinking he can look for a play, but it gave him the time for the Rogue Otters to put that ult in range.
Yep, and we've still got this kind of stale. Well, we've got
Zakazi's here, and these are going to ult in onto 2.71. 2.71 down to 100 health. Bullet Games does go down, but it's 2.71 going to go down in return. Zakazi is looking for it, but is not able to. As may just give his life in return. Queso Destroyer flashes forward and is looking to get this kill. The burn might be enough. Zakazi might get the kill as well, and they do kill each other.
At the same
Oh,
time.
that is so unfortunate, but great damage to get a counter kill for Zakazi.
Yeah, great plays, dodges, run around. I mean, 2.71 looked like they were dead. That was, I mean, that was close. That was as close as that Ornn earlier. But a great fight down there in bot. I mean, that's where that's a great contest on both
Oh,
sides. We got
Cannon
another one
Teeth
going
is
on.
here to take a fight with MG Flory. MG Flory does summon Tibbers and is going to be chasing down the dragon, but with a robot right behind him.
That's
And now
not good.
Tibbers is going to be here to deal some extra damage to Rogue Otters.
Can
The burn
Heimer
might
get
be
the
enough.
call?
Oh, and now the ult is here, and it is on top of MG Flory, but the speed is able to get him away. Sakazi is showing up for the fight,
Heimer better get out of there. This is not.
and Heimer's about to get pinched on. This might not be the position that he wants to be in, as Ornn does have the ulti. He might.
Oop.
No, he
No.
decides not to use it, as he does do some extra damage to Fui in the top lane.
Oddly enough, nobody died.
Yeah.
Shyvana was able to get out. Annie was able to get
And
out.
he did the ring around the rosy around the red
Yep.
pit.
Heimer got out. Everybody just lost a little bit of time in lane.
And I really want to see how Cannon Teach is going to perform on the Shyvana. I
Shyvana.
think that's going to be very important.
Yeah, what we did see was that Shyvana, that full AP Shyvana is very, very weak in dragon form. Like, we saw the health go down. Strong in damage, but can really be taken out. And when she's off ult, she is not very.
Yeah, so she is getting
Strong,
chased
so
down
here we
here,
go.
and this is going to be a kill for Sakazi on the Graves, and that's exactly what you want to see out of the Graves. The win conditions coming in very close for both teams, as again, that Graves needs to bully the Shyvana, as Queso Destroyer is taking a ton of damage, but 2.71 does get the perfect ult in between, and the double kill coming in for him on the Aphelios.
Yep,
And this is going to be a push and plates, and then this is going to... Oh, no plates,
interesting.
psych.
Ayo.
He doesn't have the best guns to do it, I guess.
Yeah, they're pretty low. I mean, I guess they don't know where Graves is, maybe. But yeah, they're gonna just let that one go to, I guess, go to minions. As we're gonna see some vision getting set up for Fire Ferrets over on this Drake, and then they're gonna start it and try and equalize the Drake situation here as Graves is gonna come down. And
Oh, it looks like they're just going to give it up or trade that up. But they are going to summon it to get some golden return
there we go.
for Sakazi and MG Flory. But Cannon Teach does come in here to kind of push them back, and does get the charge off. And it is just a sliver away from taking 19 HP away from taking down another plate.
Very close.
They have about 1 minute to get that last plate.
Let's see, we got pretty good matchup top lane. Ornn's been just hammering down Heimer, but that 50% health, you gotta watch out because these turrets are gonna drop with the slow and the stun. We've seen the power of the Heimerdinger turrets can really take down even the tankiest. So Ornn's got to be careful there as we start to see bot lane getting back at it and see if they can make a push. Graves is up top. Heimer's pretty far in, and that might be a nope. As we've got Vision up in the top river, and Heimer's just going to shove this one, but that is not a good position for you if you are Heimer.
Oh no,
Here
and now
comes
the
ult,
Heimerdinger
but
is
all
going to
the
be
turrets
looking.
are out.
This might just be a trade.
Oh,
Is he
no.
going to be able to get away from the turrets as Rogue Otters is going down into the mid lane? Oh no, and then the Ornn does survive in the top lane. Rogue Otters took a ton of damage, and he ended up late, and 2.71 able to also convert and a kill down in the bot lane
But look,
as they
Shyvana's
stun
around
up.
the curve. Coming in
And
with
here
the
comes
ult.
Dive, and Bullet Games is just going to get deleted.
Great
Well,
play by
the answer
Cannon.
to whether Cannon can really deliver on that is being answered now.
Yeah, great ult fly in on Shyvana to clean that up, and Graves is here to just kind of get rid of this minion wave and stop this push. But we still haven't seen a turret go down as we're about to hit the 15-minute mark in about 30 seconds. And for the most part, gold, we're at about 2.5 in favor of Fire, as Queso Destroyer is going to come back in with 50% health and try and shove this next one in and back. Kind of reset. Take their gold and spend it. Yeah, the CS in the bot lane is starting to carry in Aphelios' favor. Which one?
Aphelios is looking really strong here.
Brand's looking really good.
Yeah, that Brand Aphelios combo is really coming through for them.
And he's doing a little roam, maybe clear some vision in the pit for Drake. Yep. And Victor's back to kind of clean up this wave. I'm gonna go see what's going on top lane. Been really fun up there. Orange got a level advantage. Heimerdinger's just shoving. You know, we haven't seen Graves take advantage of kind of this shove that's been going on with Heimer. I haven't really seen Graves do much after that encounter down in the bot lane where he just went back and forth with Brand. So Sakazi is going to have to make some plays somewhere around here. Victor's been shoved. Heimer's been shoved up, so there might be a way to take advantage of that. Looks like Shyvana's about to invade.
Yeah, and I want to see Sakazi play more aggressively on the Graves. He is 2-1. He can invade. He can go toe to toe with the Shyvana. But deciding against it and focusing more on the bot lane, I don't think that's going to be the way that they win. As he's walking into a trap, and oh no, that too much damage, and the ult misses by a pixel, and now NG Flory does get the ult down, but it's so much damage coming out from Cannon Teach, and he walks back into the ulti, but no, he does go down the burn.
This Orin's going to repay the favor in the top, but they might not be able to get out of this.
Oh no, he can't. As Casey Crazy also does fall in the mid lane. You can see the char coming down from that Fire team there. As Fire puts out fire.
More fire, that's what you need. And Heimerdinger brought more firepower to the forges of Ornn and was able to take out with very little left. And as we can see, Shyvana is pinging, spam pinging that Infernal Drake is coming in just a few seconds. And it is here. And we're going to see red team queue up for that. That's going to be a big fight. That's going to be deciding. I mean, Queso's pretty low at 50%, but they're going to go ahead and get this one started. Victor's in there, and they're just going to take this one down. That's going to be a big, big, big boon for red team.
Yeah, as they're able to take that down, and that's going to be a 4,000 gold lead for the Fire Ferrets that are looking very fiery here.
Yes, fiery and
you
spicy.
might even call them the Fiery Ferrets.
I think they are the Fiery Ferrets. We got some pings going on. They're going to rotate up to, I guess, try and take 320 Rift and then turn that into a 20-minute Baron. If they were pro level, it looks like that's what's going to happen. That's a big get also.
Oh, but it looks like they're sniffing this out, the Cinder Claws. They're looking to see what's going on in this area, but it's going to be a little too late.
Yep.
It's 2.71 since the ulti out, but it does not connect.
And that would have been a 4v3. That would have been rough, even with, as we see Victor's holding off down in the bot lane, the 1v2 down there, as we've got a little bit of a 2v1 up top, and we'll see if maybe Graves can come around and get something on this Heimerdinger who's just causing so much trouble in the top lane right now.
Yeah, with 2.71 moving to the mid lane, I think that needs to get matched up by Bullet Gains. Did you see him just fall, getting not able to match up against the Victor?
Sakazi's about to come in from the side with the smoke screen. If they can get that with the ult, not
and the
quite.
Ornn ulti does connect, but able to get away there. Good positioning there by Fui. Really smart turret placement.
Yep, here we go. Shelly's dropped. Can they delete the turret before Rift can even take a swipe at it? They do. So-
Interesting fact, in my League of Legends' first team game last year, we were playing against one of the best teams in the state, and they beat us in 11 minutes, and they had a Shelly, and they just ran it down bot lane.
Oh, God.
As you do see Queso Destroy in 2.71 get deleted here, but also Kenya ends up falling to the Brand ulti on the other side.
Yeah, and we're seeing timers down for Queso 2.71, so that's pretty big deal. Getting Aphelios out of the fight's important. They got a lot off of that. They got Drake, they got Rift, they got a turret. They tried something up top. They weren't able to get on Heimerdinger, and we're gonna have to see Cinderclaws make a play here somewhere to get back in this, as we're looking at a gold deficit in the near 5K region. Not where you want to be, but crazier things have happened.
And again, talking about the gold discrepancy, 5,000 gold discrepancy for the team, but that's 2,500 gold discrepancy just between the Aphelioses.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the jungle is they're close, but the mid lane is also pretty high. We've got Victor at 84 and Annie's at 7. So the gold discrepancy is there. Got another fight picking out here in top lane, as Cinderclaw is gonna have to back away from that. Tibbers comes to the rescue. And
Oh,
Aphelios is on the
Kazu was getting
chase.
caught out there. As we do see this devolving into another ARAM. Looks like they're just going to clear a wave and spread out. And it looks like they're going to be taking over some of this blue side jungle and starting to get some vision around that Baron pit.
Yeah, they're just setting it up. They might even pinch around and try and catch Ornn. Looks like Brand is still
And
up at
there's
top.
the
Oh, here's the
Annie
catch.
getting caught out, and Cannon Teach just eats them alive. Little girls are like being fed to dragons.
As Shyvana has very little health left, but a ton of firepower. It looks like they're going to be rotating up to try and take this Baron.
Yeah, it's a
Cannon
good call
should be able to do it.
again. Aphelios is just so good at destroying with that white gun. It's just so good at destroying objectives.
As we see the other Aphelios destroying the bot side turret, but we'll see if it's enough. Red team takes Baron to backing, rotating up to try and catch out Ornn. This is not going to look good for Evra. Can they get away with these? Ooh,
Oh,
there
the
you go.
flash is
There you
there. And he is able to get away.
Very
He had
nice.
no issues.
Now the only issue is there are 3 Baron
There's
buffed fire ferrets hunting you down, taking out your turret.
Well, he survives.
He does, and as we see, Blue has taken the chance to rotate and take an Infernal. So that's, you take what you can. Ornn is still up here, as we see, kind of stopping this wave from crashing in. We got a Drake out of that for
Yeah, I mean,
Cinderclaw, so you
everything
get what you
said,
can.
like even though the gold discrepancy is there, like the reason it's not any bigger is because they're making the right team calls. They're getting caught out here, as you can see that MG Flory does get taken down there. Cannon Teach just fly in, just melt the little Annie girl and her bear. Casey Crazy looks like she's
Oh,
about to go
gonna
down, and she
burn.
does, as Queso Destroyer, the burn destroys her, and Bully Gains is at half health as they turn tail. And they just don't have enough gold to compete at this point, but like they're making calls, they're trading objectives, they're doing what they can, they're keeping it interesting, and so it's definitely not the cleanest. They're showing that there are flaws in the gameplay for the Fire Ferrets.
Yeah, and they've tried to rotate where they can to make an impact after a loss in an objective. As we see
That's
this Inhib
2.71 steps forward.
hops up above the front line, becomes the front line, as these empowered cannons go down, as the Fire Ferrets are backing off to reset. They got the inhib, but Cinderclaws still has a mid lane turret that is very low, so they can push some pressure there. Looking at 300 health. So they're just gonna have to move and make some plays, and try and take advantage of anything they can. Look at the vision though from Fire Ferrets. I mean, they've
Yeah,
got
they're
tons of
lighting
vision.
out the entire river.
As they come four deep mid. We've got our ARAM coming through, swinging down to the Dragon Pit. As Aphelios is going
Yeah,
to try and clean up this wave, and we're going to see if they're just setting up for just a big invade.
for these next 3 minutes, I just want to see Cinderclaws play it safe, right? You shouldn't be dying at this point. There are no objectives on the map. Yeah, you guys might be able to sneak up and grab that mid lane turret, but as Rogue Otters goes golden in the middle of the in the middle of the
It's
forest,
not
there,
worth it.
bit of a misclick. But they don't have Baron buff anymore. They like if you give up an inhibitor, if you give up a turret, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the game. You guys need to be fighting for either that next dragon or the next Baron.
Yeah. And we saw them rotate down, and we saw Ornn was trying to apply some pressure top, which you need. They've got a ton of pressure coming down the mid lane with those inhib minion waves. But you can't forget about your other lanes. That's when you get snuck up on. So they got to make sure they push those waves out to the sides, and they can stop that inhib bleed if they can put some pressure on the other lanes. But right now, Fire Ferrets is just dealing it out on the bot side. Just melting these minions as another wave comes crashing in.
As you do see, Entry Flory do get a nice stun, and 2.71 is taken down immediately, and this is not the
Look at
fight
it
that they
go.
wanted. This is not the catch that they needed, and they do fall 3 for 1 as Entry Flory, a great catch on Aphelios there.
Well, and an amazing ult. I mean, a great Ornn ult. They were all lined up and took out. I mean, the Ornn came in and cleaned up on that one and really threw it down. So that's not good for Fire
Yeah.
Ferrets. That really puts them on their heels.
Really poor positioning there from 2.71. He does go into the front line a lot, and he doesn't pay for it often, but he did pay for it there. And a great catch coming in for Cinderclaws, and that's exactly what we wanted to see because they didn't need to die. They just needed to defend for 2 minutes, and they did exactly that.
Yep, they did that, and I guess they just. I mean, when you're in those lanes and you're all bunched up, that Ornn ult, it can take up almost the entire lane, which is what we saw.
Yes.
And then pound it back and knock them up, and then Ornn comes in and deletes. And so that worked out great for them. And it's kind of a reset. They're just really hoping that inhib will respawn. And as we see, the Infernal Drake is coming up very soon. So this is going to be a big fight. Aphelios just picked up a Quicksilver Sash.
That's gonna help him get out of those stunts.
Anything.
I was like wondering what that was. I couldn't tell from the icon.
Chat told me. My friend Chat. Got Twitch Chat's my friend teaching me how to play League.
Oh, I don't see it anymore.
It went away. As Fire Ferrets are gonna. Oh, Sakazi! Blue team steals!
And he does get the steal, a great steal from him as he goes in there. The fight is still coming out. MG Flory is doing so much work with the Timbers, getting Queso Destroyer in the back end as well. And Ornn is there getting a double kill as well. Rogue Otters is being chased away by the Timbers Baron. He's the only one alive as Aphelios is still in the base. It was a 4v5 and he got aced.
Tibbers with the kill.
What a great fight. They're doing exactly what they need to do to get back into this game. And you see that goal deficit down to 2.5. And again, a great steal. Again, they needed to wait those 3 minutes for these objectives. They waited, they defended, and they got the objective.
I mean, wow. So that was quite a turn. I mean, that Sakazi steal was clutch. Sacrificial, suicidal, it didn't matter. That was so important. And now we're seeing that push, and the pressure has been completely shifted. Yes, there is a mid lane inhib open, but all of a sudden, Cinderclaws is coming to the rift, delivering fiery presence of death.
Yes, Cinderclaw said ho ho ho, and away you go.
And ha ha ha. So, I mean, we just, we're back in a game, and here you go. Late game
As
Annie is dropping
a
Tibbers.
flash away for 2.71 there, and Rogue Otters is trying to mess up the bear, but the bear don't care.
Fire Ferrets has to take a deep breath and quickly think about what just happened and not get caught out like Heimer is trying to do right now. Yeah, now Fire Ferrets need to pull us into claws and just take a moment, find out where the pressure is, because right now that pressure is topside turret. Cinderclaws is just minion waving that topside turret.
And the next objective is going to be this Baron. They need to safely push out. They're scouting with Tibbers.
Quickly move up here. 50% on that top turret. Everyone's doing okay. We got some rotations going on. Sakazi and MG are just trying to hang out in the bush. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, MG Floor might be getting
Floor
cut
got
up here. That's going to be a ton of damage, but he does survive. Is he going to go down to the burn? He's still on fire, but he does extinguish here. And he does have teleport available, so the Fire Ferrets might think that they have a shot here, but MG Flory can get back to this fight since he didn't die.
Yeah, and Philios is...
Unfortunately, they just have no vision as you see it go down to 6,000 health. 2.71 has the right gun. The white gun is there to destroy and melt this, and there
they go.
The gravity well is going to dissuade any sort of fight, and a clean Baron taken. That's exactly what they need here, as they have made some missed calls in the past.
Yeah, that Drake steal, I know you could see Sakazi was trying to get back up there. They were trying to get back into the play, but they were able to rotate out after that crippling Annie play that just brought Annie down to nothing. They got lucky that Annie didn't die. That would have been real bad at this point for the timers. But now we see Annie once again in the jungle. That is not where you want to be, Annie. Victor's coming in, and we might see MG getting caught out once again.
He goes where he pleases. Little girls go where they please.
Little Mundo. But what it
and
does
this would be interesting to see how, the Fire Ferrets seem to play this out. Do they just grab the inhibitor and then move back? Is still to secure the Drake?
Yeah, I mean, Heimer drops those turrets. That can do some serious punch. And then sometimes you just want to stay back and just be in range to where your cannons can just do the artillery.
Yeah, unfortunately, their lanes were in a great spot. As you see, Rogue Otters goes down to the bot lane to push that out. And to apply some pressure to the bot lane with that Baron buff so that they can secure the third Drake. Either they secure the third Drake and they don't give away the soul, or they lose the soul Drake as you see them pushing forward and they take a couple of inhibitors and a turret. It looks like they're deciding to take the inhibitors and the turret, as this is going to be a tough decision here for Cinderclaws. What are they going to do? The Drake is spawning, but they do see him now on the base. A great cause, that miscommunication. They're recalling. They're hitting the Drake. They don't know what to do. Sakazi's going to be on the Drake, but are they going to get back in time to save their base? As you see the Nexus turrets going down, the inhibitor's already dead. MG Flory goes golden as 2.71 is trying to do as much damage as possible. Cannon teaches in the back lane at 20 health. As Queso Destroyer is going down, but did deliver his ultimate, and now they're getting caught out and they're getting destroyed. Rogue Otters is trying to do as much damage as possible, but he gets deleted, and you see the only one alive is Cannon Teach, and he never even used his ultimate.
I wish I had replay set up. We saw on that trick Sakazi up there in the pit, playing that bait. Or letting the base be the bait as they took out that fourth Drake for the Infernal. And once again, we've got a little shift in play here as red team takes a turret down, or red turret goes down. Shyvana's going to try and just stave this off.
Yeah, and there's 10 seconds here before they all come back. 15 seconds actually for Rogue Otters. and they may lose as much as they just took in the Cinder
Right,
Claws
not gonna be able
space.
to get that inhib. That, I mean, that's big, being able to keep that inhib from going down, as we've got 2 lanes with super minions, but they are still at great health for the most part.
NG Flory looking to get a kill here, and that's going to be a 2-man ult, and that's going to be one dead immediately. The second one down is a double kill in for Annie, as I don't think he was even expecting to do that much damage.
Heimer's coming in, split push top, try and take this turret out, and the pressure is on everywhere. They've got 3 wide in the mid lane, all full
And
health.
you see for the first time in this game a gold lead coming in for Cinderclaws as they're looking. Sakazi's getting caught out. He's down to 50 HP as he gets destroyed by Rogue Otters. Bullet Games is getting caught out as well. And a second kill coming out for Rogue Otters as he shuts down the opposing team's Aphelios. And they're back to a 1,000 gold lead. That gold lead for Cinderclaws was very short-lived. But you've seen that they've done the work to get back into this game.
Oh yeah,
They've done the
it's
work
never
to keep it this close, and they're really showing like that it doesn't matter how lanes do as long as you play out as a team.
Oh yeah, the team dynamics have been up. I mean, there's been some catch-outs, but at this point, you know, early in the game we were watching, you know, ooh, Annie, watch out. And now Annie, late game Annie is dangerous, as we just saw. The Tipper's bomb, I mean, it's... Here comes the
As you
Orc
see the
ult.
ulti coming out, they're
Oh,
looking
just
for
missing
Rogue
Annie.
Otters. Is Rogue Otters going to get cut out? And that's going to be the ultimate. And is Rogue Otters? No, Rogue Otters does die. NG Flory does go golden as he stays alive. And the ultimate coming out from Casey Crazy and the pop. And that's going to be another pop. And that's going to be 2 double kills for Casey Crazy. A great ultimate.
nope,
and it's going to
nope,
be
a triple.
triple kill as she takes down her opposing brand. A great ultimate. She just went in there. She pressed R and she gets a triple.
That's... Press R, get triple. That's how it works. I mean, everybody's got so much punch at this point, you know, and they've got these CC options, these chain AoE options. Yeah, I mean, these team fights are really dangerous at this point. And,
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get this Baron. And when you look at the state of the game, the way MG Flory's been playing this out, it's hard to say that he is not going to make a mistake in this late game. He's going to find the targets that he needs to find. You can see that he just ran straight at Rogue Otters, didn't miss the ult, got the stun, just blew him up.
here we go.
Did a ton of damage. There it is again, and that's... He just gets deleted as he goes legendary, and that's going to be the Baron. And I just anticipate Cinderclaws clawing their way back into this game and taking a victory here.
Yep, as the TP comes in, and Baron's gonna go down. That's huge right now, as we've got Aphelios on a 30-second death timer. That's
Oh,
not
and
good.
Food might get caught up here. The turrets aren't going to matter. The points don't matter. The goal deficit don't matter, as Sakazi and MG Flory are just taking their team into the Fire Ferret space. As Queso Destroy is going to be next. Oh, but are they going to get a kill? Sakazi does fall down. He does fall down, and Kanan Teach is doing a ton of damage. And Rogue Otters, is he going to be able to clear the wave? But Bullet Games is here. He does get the root down, and he's doing a ton of damage, as much damage as possible.
Oh,
But
look
is
at
there going to
this.
be anybody to hold it?
We've got
Oh no,
minions
is
at
this
the
going to be
base.
a throwback the other way?
Look at the bottom of the map. We've got minions taking inhibs.
The Minions are going straight through
Oh
the
my
bot lane.
goodness.
I want to see Rogue Otters just do that bot lane teleport.
I mean,
He's
that
not going to
is-
do it. It's not going to be the call to make, but I just want to see it.
We've got 400 health. I mean, Elder and 30. That is. This is a game. I mean, this is a call you got to make. Do you go base or do you go? I mean, you gotta.
They might lose the turret here, and the
They're gonna
turret
lose a lot.
does fall, and that's going to be a huge win condition. Yeah, like Bullet Games can clear this out, but that's going to be a win condition.
Look at all
They
those
do have 2 teleports
buff
here.
purple minions. I mean, and then the inhib just went down, so that's a ton of pressure. I mean, just like MLG, CBH, this it's like they're playing pass with the game right now. I mean, it is literally back and forth. And look, at this point, Cinderclaws, for the first time I think in the game, they have a kill lead in the gold. And here we go. This is the fight that's probably going to
They have the
determine
Drake
everything.
lead, but this is going to be the Drake that matters.
Yep.
If they win this
Heimer.
fight, it's already down to 4,000. The fight's coming in. Bullet Games goes on a rampage as Heimerdinger goes down.
Oh, Red Team takes it.
The Drake, but there's only 2 remaining.
It's not enough.
You do the Drake come out. Rogue Otters is trying to do as much damage as possible. Now it's
Pop
Queso
R.
Destroy. He popped the ultimate. And no, Bullet Games does get the triple kill as he shows what late game Aphelios is all about.
But the question is, the race begins. We've got Winions in the bot side. We've got
Yeah, you do see
mid
MG
lane
Flory
champions with
making a recall, but I think they could just win the game.
yeah.
They got the Baron, they got the Aphelios. Just trying to play it safe. I mean, they got
just
10
delete.
seconds now. Bullet Games is, yeah, he's got the white gun. It is GG.
Wow.
As MG Flory takes his team to another victory, as Bullet Games is just going to take it and deal the damage, and he gets the final hit on the Nexus, and that's going to be GG as Cinderclaws claw their way back to ho their way to victory over the Fire Ferrets.
Yeah. GG's for Reezies. We've been on stream for 4 hours now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of games.
And I'm just pushing transition buttons, blasting trailers. So, wow, holy moly. Okay, that was wild. I mean, that game was what, 40 minutes long? 20 minutes of that was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
That
Man,
was
and it came
nuts.
down to that 4th dragon, that soul point, when they decided to wait for that back door. It was a phenomenal call, and it just didn't pay off in the end. They almost won the game off of that.
Yeah, and Sakazi, when Sakazi took that, yep, they got that forward. They almost lost. I could have swore they could have lost this game a lot earlier. It looked like, but they just didn't have enough pressure to make it happen. And we saw that those late game win conditions, right? I mean, Annie became a win condition for sure. We saw that Aphelios delete when Aphelios got caught out. I mean, that was probably a 2-button delete. So much power coming out of that Annie, and they finally were able to just sustain long enough to get the objectives to take it out. Whew.
Yeah, what an exciting game. I don't think you are ever going to get anything closer than that.
Yeah, that was awesome. GG's coaches. I'm stunned. So much good competition. I could have swore that game was over so many times.
Cannon Teacher's asking for a best of 3 after that.
Yeah, I don't care. You guys do whatever you want.
It just won't be cast.
Yeah, it'll be self-reported. So, good job. We will report the scores when we recover, and that was awesome. So, thanks everyone out there for watching. This has been another exciting rendition of Coach Rivals, the holiday shenanigans version. And I want to thank my co-host, Sir Robbie of Castalot, for jumping on this.
That's gonna be my new title.
Yeah, thanks for being out there. Anything you want to say to the fine folks in Deutschland?
Just catch us on Rocket League now.
Yeah, catch us on Rocket League.
It's something a lot less stressful than this.
Yeah, seriously. Less stress and totally open to tips and chat. So thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you the next time we come up with another ridiculous tournament where there's only 8 champs you can choose from.
They all play the same ones.
And they all play the same. Ta-ta.